Mega Mike the Movie Man here. Welcome to my channel. We have an amazing stream tonight. The theme here is coming of age movies. So I know there's going to be a lot of different genres pulled here today, so it's going to be interesting to see everybody's choices out there. But I am definitely not alone tonight. I'm going to bring out an amazing panel of BlueTubers and collectors out there. But before we get into that, just a reminder, if you're visiting the channel for the first time, make sure you grow up that subscribe. Hit that like and comment, of course. And number way to support the channel is with a super chat. And then also check out some mega merch and memberships for some exclusive content. But let's get right into this. Somebody who's always on these streams, ready to go. He loves the streams and intros. We got Tim. How we doing out there?
I'm doing good, and I do indeed love the streams.
Was this an easy list for you to come up with? Because I know when I had my thumbnail, you're like, oh, those are some of my choices.
No, man. The problem is there's so many choices. I have like a table full over here, and I still don't. I'm winging this as I go. I know my first choice. Past that, we'll see how it goes. I have like 20 choices.
I'm feeling the exact same way. I'm just like a pile high, mountain high right here. I'm like, let's see what I pull. All right, so let's get into somebody who's back again. He's back again, everybody. So go tell a friend. We got Bob in here. How we doing, Bob?
What's going on, man? I'm finally back on your channel.
I know it's been a quick minute, but how are we doing tonight?
Thanks for having me. I see you went shirtless or sleeveless today.
Shirtless. I'm like, that's a different kind of stream. That's
I had Mike without a shirt on. I had Magic Mike on the mine.
Yeah. They got to put in some super chats for that, okay? You know, let's pace ourselves. Well, Bob, you were thinking of going with some raunchy comedies, and then you're like, maybe we're gonna pull back.
Well, yeah, funny story. Right? Actually, this morning I was training a client I had, and I was like, "Hey, I got a stream tonight." I was telling him, he's like, "Oh yeah, what is it?" And I told him top 5 coming of age. I asked him what his were, and he said American Pie was his number 1. And I was like, "Hold on, that's a whole nother raunchy comedies are not coming of age," and so it changed my whole thought process, and today's been a day.
But have you settled on what your choices
are
yet? You're ringing
it 7, 8 titles here, and then I got a couple I don't own, and I can't decide because y'all had me going in circles before the stream.
All right, well, let's go ahead and bring in, oh my goodness, this name looks hilarious right here. Teen Angst with Ryan, the best name of the night. Woo, how we doing out there, Ryan?
Tired as usual, but I got my stack of movies, so y'all can take my picks again, and we'll figure out what I'm going to end up pulling. How about that?
You can't be tired. You're a teen. You got to be ready to party tonight, okay?
Yeah, I guess I'll have to do a line of cocaine. Yeah.
Well, hey, that Bear movie's out this weekend, so maybe the Bear can join you.
I just saw.
Oh yeah.
You guys got to see Cocaine Bear. So I mean, speaking of the next person you're probably going to bring in, he just saw Cocaine Bear as well.
See, now I don't know which one to choose because I don't know.
Let's see if you get it right.
My random guess, I'm gonna go with this person because he works at the theaters. Yep. So Fish, was I right?
Hey, yes, I did just see Cocaine Bear.
Did you do a line of cocaine before the movie?
No, I smoked some weed though. The opposite, but I
no cocaine. How did you like it despite having no cocaine?
No, I liked it. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting, anything groundbreaking or award winning. I just went in to have a good time, and I did. Yeah. There's a little kid in there that stole the show for me. Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
I can't wait for tomorrow. I got tickets.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I did not have a good experience, but I did enjoy the movie. I thought there. Now I don't know. Not to get into Cocaine Bear here, but the editing could have used some work. I thought, Fish. It was some questionable editing choices.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got Growing Up Dell in the house with an awesome name as well. How we doing out there, Dell?
Doing good. I almost wandered into the wrong stream. We got shirtless Magic Mega Mike. We got weed and cocaine going on.
Yeah, depending on what you're looking for, it's either the really right one or the really wrong one.
I'm telling you, it sounds like all the teenage parties I was never invited to.
Mike always has these normal streams with normal people. And then he gets me in here, and what happens? We start talking about cocaine.
Off the rails.
Yeah, every stream I join, it's like.
Speaking of rails,
what
Right.
you're getting into. Oh my goodness! If you have me on the stream, you know what you're getting into. There's gonna be trouble, but.
All right, let's check out some of these comments out there. Let's see who's in the audience tonight. We got Adrian saying, "Hey there, Mike and guest." We got Hux Pop Culture Cafe. What's up, Mega Party people? Movie Hunter. Evening, everyone. Smash that like button. Yes, smash it. Smash it tonight. Yeah. All right, we got Huck saying, "Hey, Adrian," and Movie Hunter. We got Basement Blues. Yay.
Hey.
What's up, Tony? Why doesn't anyone? You got Roundhouse Kick that like button. Why doesn't anyone say spank that like button?
Ooh, that is a good one.
That was probably for the
Oh.
stream Tim was on last night. You guys were on last night. That's what that one's for.
Oh, but good call on that one. I'm gonna have to edit my banner now. Yes, Dell everywhere tonight, ready to have a blast.
Oh, I'm ready.
That's exciting. We got Tiana Loves Movies. Hey everyone. Tiana, is this your first time in my chat? I feel like it almost is, but thank you so much for joining in. I do appreciate it.
Tiana's all over the place. She's on everyone's streams.
Great IG channel too. Check IG page. Check her out.
Major supporter of everyone.
We got Mizzy E. Hey Mike and the awesome
Mizzy.
panel.
So,
Speaking of
Mizzy,
someone that's everywhere, Holland
Holland.
Oates.
Holland Oates.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Ooh, shirtless ain't no magic Mike yet. All right, Movie Hunter saying hello to Mike and everyone on the panel and in the chat tonight. Yep. Basement Blues is saying the panel is awesome. So that's good. We got that encouragement.
You're awesome,
from
Tony.
everyone. Yes, absolutely. We got Craig here saying hi, Mike and guest. Thank you so much. Got Mid-Level Media. What up, y'all?
What up, Ken?
Hisham saying greeting, gentlemen. Yes. Mid-Level Media said heard Bobby Blue almost threw down at the cinemas tonight.
I was ready.
Did you want to share that a quick story with the audience so they know what's going on?
Yeah,
Summarized version.
quickly. No, there was a really bad theater experience. There was a bunch of people talking, but the guy next to me was like giving play-by-play on the movie, one-liners, just talking to the movie, everything. And I asked him several times, "Would you stop talking?" And then I finally said, "Shut up." And after the movie was over, I said to him, I probably should have walked away, but I was upset. I had to say something. I said, "It's people like you that ruin the experience for everyone." And then he called me up. I can't repeat it. Fish. I
You
told
want me to say it? I can say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, Fish can say it if you want to, but I'm not saying it, so Fish could say it. But yeah, I won't repeat what he told me. Fish, go ahead, you could say it. But anyways, yeah, I was like, I was upset, but I'll leave it at that. So yeah, I walked away though.
Should have
Good choice.
gotten some fisticuffs, man.
I was ready.
All right, Alex saying hi, everyone. We got Steve Mars. Greetings, gentlemen and friends. Mid-Level Media says people's elbow that like button.
There you go.
Mhm. Got Mika in here. Hello,
Mika.
I want to real quick for Mika
Mhm.
shout out on March 3rd. She's having a Q&A with her sister on her channel.
Ooh,
Everyone
yeah.
has to check that out. You have to be there for it.
That's
So,
a Friday
I'll
night.
I'll be there, and I want to thank her. She did a great job with me the other night on Movie Swap. We had a great time doing that too.
Yep.
Yeah, for Friday night, March 3rd, right? Friday, that is, yeah. Because
yeah, everyone loves Mika. Both of them are amazing.
yeah, they'll be testing out StreamYard, kind of doing a Q&A and just, getting the feel of it. So super easy. They'll figure it out as they go. But yeah, super. I'm sure everybody's told you it's super easy. Dell, you were telling her it was pretty. If you could figure it out, anybody can, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. If I could figure it out, anybody can, because I'm like the least smart when it comes to technology. So
All right, we got KB in the house saying, "What's up,
KB?
fellas?" And looking
KB.
forward to
I
this
am
one.
so happy he's out of the hospital. Like seriously, that was awesome news.
Oh yes, absolutely.
He's wanting that content. So if you got content, ship it over to him.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's saying hello to everybody. We got Huck saying, "Bob, sorry about that bogus theater experience."
I feel like everybody has that. You know, it's funny because Carrie Russell did like an interview where she was like, I hope people go to the theater and talk back to the movie. And like she promoted the banter with like the rest of the theater. And I can't stand that. I don't care what kind of movie it is. It's still a movie theater. You probably shouldn't have a conversation with everybody else in the theater, you know, unless you're going to see like a 30th anniversary of Scream. That's a different story.
All right, so let's start with Talking Youth with Tim. See that name change right there. All right,
Yeah.
Tim, you're gonna set the tone for the whole night with your pick. So what do you got? No pressure.
I would pick this later, but I'm pulling it now, so none of the rest of y'all are getting it. I'm sorry, but Breakfast Club, Bob's favorite. But
My ass.
I just rewatched this. I've seen this several times, but I'm like, this string calls for a rewatch. Dear God, does this movie hit hard? It is so freaking good. All the characters, I love them. I might be one of the weirdos that actually Ali Sheedy's character is my favorite. I love how weird, and she's a klepto and she's just adorable. I love her character, but everyone is great. There's a great scene where they're all sitting around a circle talking about their experiences and why they're in detention. And Emilio Estevez, my God, his performance when he gives why he's in detention, you felt that. It was so freaking good. The cast kills it. I mean, kills it. John Hughes, absolute masterclass at making coming of age movies. I love this one. So yeah, this would be higher up, but I pulled it now, so you all can't. I'm sorry, but yeah, the only thing, and I talked about this with KB, the whole movie takes place over 8 hours. As an adult, 8 hours feels like nothing, but I guess when you're younger, a lot of shit can happen in 8 hours. So it's kind of crazy. They build a big relationship over 8 hours, but yeah, I love this movie, and Bob does too.
Out of all those unlikable characters, I would say Ellie Sheedy is my favorite as well.
Actually, I don't find any unlikable, to be honest. I like them all. Even Judd Nelson's character, like, he's an asshole, but there's a reason he's an asshole, and you kind of come around on him by the end. Like, I like all of them. The movie plays to all their stereotypes, but it's to show by the end, as much as they might be that type of person, they're all similar. There's all that bond between them. They all have similar experiences. So I freaking love it. And Ryan's got the steelbook there because this is.
I knew you were going to pick it, so it was in the backup pile. But you know, I was born in '79. I grew up with this movie. It's a great movie. You can kind of say Molly Ringwald is a little pretentious in the movie. She's probably about the only annoyance in it, but the movie overall is great. Fantastic movie. Should always watch it. Where'd you get the steelbook, Tim?
I do have it on, but I wanted to pull the Criterion because I'm just not snooty like that. So
fancy, very fancy.
It's a fantastic movie. But Tim, if you're gonna talk Breakfast Club, you gotta hit us with a fist pump.
Oh, don't you? Did you know that was improvised? John Hughes told him just do a couple of things, see what works. He just did that, and all the crew loved it. So they just ran with it.
Oh man, such a good movie. Great choice.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites, yes.
All right, Bob, what do we got?
All right, I got one I'm going to pull. This was a last-second pull because I could pull this other one I'm staring at is my number 5, but it's a raunchy comedy, and I'm trying to keep those at least to like only one as a minimum. It's tough choice. Shit. All right, I'm going to pull this, and I'm sure maybe none of you have seen this one. I'm going to guess that
I've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it, Bob.
Del, did you like it?
Oh man, that's a good movie.
Yeah, so this is more of a love story. It's an explosive love story, literally explosive. But this movie honestly kicks ass. I only seen it once. I really need to rewatch it. I just recommended it to Tiana. She really liked it too. It's a fun movie, and it's definitely I would consider a coming of age if we're gonna go down that route. So yeah, Spontaneous was a lot of fun. Very explosive. Literally.
Oh yeah. Look, my daughter showed me that movie. She just found it one night and was like, okay, let's watch this. And the first person explodes, and I'm like, "What the hell have you got me watching?" And but
It
it's
starts with
really
an
good, though.
explosion, right? Like,
Yeah,
first
yeah.
I think Tiana messaged me on Instagram. She's like, "Somebody just exploded. What do you got me watching?"
Wait, so is it a horror movie? Because
No,
you guys
no,
in
no.
a romance movie.
It's like, what would you consider it? A romantic drama in a way, almost.
With people
Almost.
exploding.
It's
With a lot of
I
gore.
mean, it's horror adjacent. It's gory.
It's gory, very gory, and but it's sad. Like it's dramatic in the third act. Wouldn't you say so, Del?
Yeah, it's dramatic, but it's also kind of a dark comedy, really.
Yeah,
along the
very
way.
dark comedy. That's
Yeah.
the best way of describing this. But they are young characters. They're in high school, I believe. So it's growing, coming of age, and they do grow in it. So there you go. Because Tim said coming of age, they need to have some kind of growth, correct?
Yeah, you have to learn some type of lesson. There has to be growth in the movie somewhere.
Yeah.
I think you just sold like 7 people in the chat on it too. So
Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, that's okay. Not to go on a rant here. This is just a mini rant. It's related to the stream, but I love doing streams like this because it gives people the opportunity to be like, "Oh, I've never seen that," right? And then you know what I mean. So every once in a while, you'll see a lot of them that you've seen before, but you might find something like Reindeer Games that you've never seen.
Reindeer Games
Ben
it comes
Affleck
around.
classic.
All right. Growing Up, Del. What do we got?
All right, so for my first pick, I'm gonna go with one of my favorite directors of all time, probably my favorite director of all time. It's a Spike Lee movie, not known for coming of age movies, but he actually has a couple of them. And this one is also one of his most accessible movies. It's Crooklyn. So if you haven't seen Crooklyn, it's you can see the whole family on the cover. Alfre Woodard plays the mom. She's fantastic. Delroy Lindo is over there. He's the dad. He's fantastic. But the story revolves around their daughter. She's at 8 or 10 years old. I can't remember which now, but somewhere in that range. And mom is diagnosed with cancer. And she's got dad who's, relied on mom to do a lot over the years. And then he's got 4 boys and then the girl. And by the end of the movie, she has done a lot of growing up. And it's really good. They're kind of a feel-good movie. Also something Spike Lee's not really known for.
I really like Delroy Lindo, so
Yeah, I do too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, well check it out. Like I said, this is probably one of Spike's most accessible movies. It's I mean, there's some social commentary in there, but that's not the driving force of it.
I just picked up unrelated, I guess, but I don't have it near me. Bamboozled, or I do actually. It's right here. I thought it was pretty cool. That's signed
It is
by
a good movie.
Yeah.
It's
signed by him. I was like, oh, that's really cool. It was $40. I'm like, hell yeah, signed.
Yeah. That's it. Have you watched it yet, Tim?
No, not yet. I just picked it up when I went to the archive and Dark Side Records, so I only had it a few days.
Okay.
Shout out to Tim.
We'll have to talk about that one.
Plugging in that video he made on the archive and all that. It was a good one.
All right. Fish. What do we got?
All right. Oh man, I was all over the place with this list. And I don't know where to start now with this one. Tim's like, I want to pull my favorites so you guys don't do it. And I'm like, do I want to do that or I just want to wait it out and see? I'm gonna wait it out. This one is a little LGBTQ title. It's one of my favorites. It's set in the 80s. I don't think a lot of people have heard of this one, but it's The Edge of 17.
I did hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really 1998, I believe. So I love this one. It's about a young gay man in the 80s coming out, but not coming out, kind of. But in his experiences, sexual and otherwise, making friends, almost losing friends and stuff, growing and finding out who he actually is. So I love this movie. It's really, really great.
Jeez, now you got me thinking. I wish I had "But I'm a Cheerleader" in my
Fish,
file.
when you said LGBT movie, you had me wanting to add one of them that I absolutely love. So thanks a lot. Now I'm like, that would have been my number 4.
Yeah, I love this movie. It does have a remastered DVD. I got this back in 2000, and I believe it has a Blu-ray that I just found out that it has a Blu-ray. So I will be investing.
I really expect somebody to pull the remake of that movie, and then you pulled the original that I never even knew existed.
Well, so that's my question: is the new one? Is it actually a remake, or is it just something separate with the same title?
See, I have no idea. I've never looked into it. I just saw that it had the same title, but I've always known this one since I've owned it since.
Well, the
Woody Harrelson one, the Woody Harrelson one is called The Edge of 17, whereas that one is just Edge of 17. They're not related at all.
Okay.
Well, you could see where I got confused there.
Yeah.
That one's a good one though. I couldn't find it to put it in my pile fast enough, but it is a good one too.
Tiana knows what I'm talking about. The other one that I wanted to pull.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I don't think I've heard anybody ever call the Woody Harrelson one The Edge of 17. I've heard everybody just call it Edge of 17.
Edge of 17, yeah.
Yeah. So okay, my bad, guys. Though my bad.
You're good. Yeah, no, I wondered the same thing too, because every time I would like kind of look for this, the other one would always pop up, like recently.
That makes sense though, Ryan. That makes sense because you got to change the name, right? Otherwise, there's probably rights issues. So add a V and you're good.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys let me know because I didn't know there was a remake or a separate one with the same title. I would have totally got confused and got the wrong one. So now I know there's two of them though. All right, Ryan, what do we got?
All right. First off, a PSA, if I can. I do not do cocaine. I know I joke about it a lot, but I do not do cocaine. My job would not like that. But so when I think of a coming of age movie, there's a lot of stuff kids can deal with. It's going to college, falling in love, getting a job, dealing with parents, dealing with mental health, all that stuff. One of my favorite movies, it's about a kid. He's kind of having trouble in life. He's deciding what he's going to do with his life, and he decides to check himself into a mental hospital. And unwittingly, not knowing that he is on a 48-hour hold. And he ends up meeting Zach Galifianakis, which he can't decide if he's actually a patient or one of the doctors there. And Emma Roberts is in it. I can't figure out what side I'm on. And basically, he figures his life out in a mental hospital, maybe a new friend and a new love interest, and he kind of works some stuff out with his parents. And it's just a very interesting, good movie. I bought this cheap, I think a dollar store title at one point, and I finally threw it in, and I really, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen it, it's a great little take on mental illness.
Part of that one, I just never got around to it. And we're all jazzed up.
My bad, I got not here.
There we go. I think I got them all correct now.
There we go.
But great choices, everybody. I don't think I've heard of any of the titles that most of you guys pulled, so that's great. Now I got more things to watch. Yeah, I've heard of that, Tim, and I'm totally gonna pull that right now. By the way.
I've seen that one, Ryan.
But I won't actually talk about the Breakfast Club. I'll talk about the other two titles on here. Yay! So because Tim did a great job talking about the Breakfast Club, I'll just mention 16 Candles and Weird Science, which I just finished watching right before this stream. Both are great coming of age stories. I mean, Weird Science is such a fun movie. All the characters are awesome in there. I mean, you even get a young Robert Downey Jr. in there. Chet is hilarious. And it's just a fun story just to see kind of these kids come up with this experiment. You got the great Oingo Boingo music in there with Weird Science. I mean, that's one of the best songs of all time. A lot of fun. And then just to see, like, okay, they wanted this perfect girl, but then they realize, oh, they don't really want that. They kind of are looking for something else. So they have that life lesson learned. By the end of it, they try out the parties and it's not really for them. Oh, but one of the characters, was it Michael Hall? When they go to the bar the first time and he like drinks and he starts talking in that way, I bust up laughing in that. It's just hilarious how he's talking. But yeah, 16 Candles is a great one too. That's kind of sad because they forget her birthday and everything. But eventually they remember, the dad remembers and has like a heart-to-heart with her. And then it works out by the end of it. Then they all, celebrate kind of. So, but both are great movies. John Hughes, best writer of all time. One of the best directors. So any John Hughes movie is golden.
You are absolutely correct. And yeah, look at that.
There you go. But, I had to pull out a couple movies before you guys did. But yeah, go, Tim.
John Hughes knew, as an adult, he knew how to write teens incredibly well. This one doesn't age as well, but I still love it. There's some kind of cringy stuff in this, But I love this movie. It's a product of its time, but I love John Hughes. It's crazy. We only got was it 8 movies directed by him. I think it's 8. It's a crazy small number. It's either 8 or 10. It's like, oh man, I wish we got more from him.
Yeah, but there's a ton of movies written by him.
Oh, yeah,
I will get the one later in the stream for sure.
He wrote and produced a lot. Like even a classic like Home Alone. That's all
I
him.
honestly probably prefer to him as a writer over a director.
He's such a good writer.
I thought he wrote a couple good ones, really good ones. Some Kind of Wonderful, which Mike had pulled.
Oh, so good. Yeah. All right, let's check in on the chat, see how everybody's doing out there. We got Hard Copy Blues, Tim Shirt for the W. Oh, look at that. The stuff.
Stuff is such a fun one.
Fun.
Not coming of age, though.
Carrie needs to keep the banter out of my theater. Alex saying, yes, Breakfast Club is so good. Don't you forget about Tim. We got Codebreaker. Basket Case is my favorite.
Yes.
Man, that could be coming of age. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's funny.
Kind of
That's
sort
cool.
Colin is saying, is that a hot take? Klepto is my fave too, Tim. Yeah, she's great. She eats the sandwich, right? The sandwich with the cereal in it and all that.
Yeah, I
love that part. That part's great.
Ali Sheedy spends half the movie without saying a word, but her body language just says it all. I love her character so much.
Yeah, Mika loves that one too.
Yeah,
favorite John
a lot of
Hughes.
people actually really like her.
Oh my gosh, Hisham, another sequel, The Lunch Club and the Dinner Club.
What about Second Breakfast Club and Thirds?
Or Brunch Club?
You know they're going to
Afternoon
make
snack.
that now one of these days. It's gonna happen. Alex saying Breakfast Club is excellent, but being born in 1990, I guess it just doesn't really hit.
I'm glad I'm not the only one because I was 1991. I did watch it in high school in film class and I fell asleep. So I gave it a rewatch a couple years ago, and that movie just did not do it for me. I hated all of those characters.
A lot of 80
I'm born after that, and I love the movie.
But no, I love 80s movies. They're my favorite decade. So it's not Breakfast Club because of being in the 80s, because I watched it in high school and I didn't like it then either. So and I love a lot of 80s movies. It's my favorite generation.
If you lived in the 80s was a weird time. And that whole progression of movies from like 82 to 83 up until about 88, 89. Well, I guess that's basically the end of it. You just got everything. And it's kind of a product of it. If you lived it at the time, it was new. It was interesting. It was a big change from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just,
And one last thing on Breakfast Club, too. Call out to Molly Ringwald within the matter of 84, 85, 86, did 3 absolutely stellar classics for coming of age. Like Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. Yeah, I mean, Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink,
classics.
So good.
I do not like
so hot.
Molly Ringwald?
Yes. Yeah. She's a redhead, man.
I thought she was cute. There's
over
cute and hot.
I
thought she was adorable.
Yeah, Ryan, I've got a thing for gingers too, but the other way around.
Bob, if it helps, Bob, I'm kind of with you on Molly Ringwald. Doesn't do it for me.
Didn't do anything for me. So
good movies, though. Good movies, though.
What about the redhead from Jumanji, Ryan? Jumanji, come on, the redhead in that.
Is that Karen? What's her name?
Karen Gillian. Yes.
Yeah, she's definitely hot. She plays what's her name from the blue chick from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nebula.
The redhead in
Nebula
Riverdale too. Holy cow!
If we're talking redheads, and I'm going.
Oh,
he froze out. We talk redheads, he freezes.
Christina Hendricks, just to let you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Strangers Pray at Night, and among other things.
KB saying Crooklyn. I spent my early years in a brownstone like that. The movie is softly based on his sister Joey Lee's story.
So quick thing about that. That's probably what helps make it one of Spike's most accessible movies, because she actually wrote the movie mostly. He helped out, but she wrote the movie, so she doesn't have the same kind of energy he has. And it is kind of based on her story. So
All right, got Darvin in the chat. Hello, everyone. Basement Blue saying never heard of that one, Ryan.
Yeah, dollar bin. I'm sure you can find it in the dollar bin.
But Tiana loves that one.
He probably has it buried somewhere.
Ryan, that's the one with Emma Roberts is in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one in
Yep.
theaters once a while back. I don't remember enjoying it all that much though, but I do like Emma Roberts. So I would give it a rewatch. It's been so long.
It has mental health in it, and I love mental illness. Yeah. Embrace it.
Put it on the shirt, Ryan. Put it on the shirt.
I love mental illness.
All right, mid-level is saying Weird Science is John Hughes' best film. Not my number one, but it's definitely up there for sure. And it is a great song. I love that
I
song.
want Ryan to introduce himself. Hi, I'm Ryan. I love mental illness.
I know. I'm still trying to process that statement myself. Cinema Man, The Way Back with Tony Collette and Sam Rockwell is a good one.
All right,
I don't think I've seen
you
that
might
one.
see that later on because that is I don't want to spoil anything, but stay tuned.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, Mika saying Weird Science, such a fun film. Bill Paxton was great. Oh, yep, chat. Hilarious.
Always
He's
great.
excellent. So good. Basement Blue saying John Hughes is a favorite. Yay, John Hughes is one of my favorites. So now I know who to contact for my John Hughes stream. There we go.
Yeah, I better damn well be on that.
All right, see, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
get
I'm
the
down.
link and put myself in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to find my John Hughes fans out there because like John Hughes is one of my favorites. So
Did you
I
guys see?
love that.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Tony's comment? I can't stop laughing.
Tony, where? Which one? Is that the
The
way?
last one.
Mental health, illness, and cocaine for the win.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that sounds like-
Who had that on their bingo card tonight for this stream?
Tony, we need you to make a video talking about mental illness and cocaine. Please.
All right, we got Huck saying Anthony Michael Hall was a soundbite machine in Weird Science. He don't even have a license, Lisa. Let's see. Yep, Huck is saying Ryan's second Breakfast Club. Yep. Milo Media saying just watch Some Kind of Wonderful for the first time. Great movie. Yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful is so good. And a good pairing with that is Pretty in Pink because they're kind of a similar story. They just end a different way. So good pairing.
Such a cheap steel book too. It's like $12.99 or $14.99. I don't know if it's still in stock, but it was on Amazon for $14.
Some Kind of Wonderful, I think, is the only one I have not watched yet.
Oh man, it's good. It's
Yeah.
probably
You saw Curly Sue?
honestly like that might be my favorite John Hughes movie.
When did Curly Sue come out?
90. 90?
It's his
90?
last directed movie. I believe it's his last.
I may not have seen that, so maybe there's two of them. I
And
haven't
he
seen.
directed 8, and of them like the only
Some
one.
Kind of Wonderful. Howard Deutsch directed Some Kind of Wonderful.
All right. Adrian saying is Stand By Me a coming of age movie?
I think that's the
Yes.
definition of a
Absolutely.
coming of age
See,
movie.
I still need to see the movie. I have not seen it yet, but I've heard great things.
You didn't see? Oh man! Oh, you
Not
stole my
yet.
heart. You will love it, man. You will love it.
Stand By Me. I think
Probably.
that's like when I thought of coming of age, that's the first thing that pops in my head
Yeah.
as a coming of age movie. I think that's like the pinnacle of coming of age.
I think for guys, that's the movie, and then for girls, it would be like Mean Girls. Like those would be your counterbalances between
That's
guys
fair.
and girls.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah,
and
very
Leah
fair.
Thompson is definitely another hot redhead in the 80s. But I didn't like she didn't have really dark red hair, right? Some of her movies.
Oh, no, I think it was more. Not so high Auburn, but yeah. Anyways, yeah.
All right, Tim, you ready with your number 2?
I am. I am going to be the most generic son of a gun on this, and I don't care.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was my next one. So when Adrian had that comment, I'm like, thinking, well, I get to talk on it. I would agree. This is for guys. This is the pinnacle. Like, this is a perfect movie. This is a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I love the entire time. The tension when they're trying to run across those railroad tracks too. I love that part. But think back to your youth, especially with all of us kids now are a little more locked in the house, but just that getting lost out there for a day, you know what I mean? That's lost on kids now, but I remember doing that. You're outside for 12, 14 hours, just getting lost, going wherever, going to the next town over. This movie takes it to the next extreme, going to find a dead body, but I love this movie so much. It's like I said, a perfect movie.
I'm just mad you got a slip on yours. I don't have a slip.
Yeah, me either.
I guess the slip went out of. I bought it immediately. Like this was a day one.
Yeah, this was before I even started. I knew what 4K was, and then I was like, ooh, and then yeah. So I missed out. Didn't know anything about slip covers. Now I do. But yeah, this was gonna be my number one. But yeah, this was the one I was like, should I pull this first? Should I pull this first? And then I let it ride. But hey, I don't care. At least somebody else agrees. This movie's fantastic. I love this movie.
I love that movie. That is a great movie.
I gotta go grab another title and remove the raunchy comedy I had because I got one that I'm like, oh my god, talk about growing up. Like, yeah, all right, but we're good.
Yeah. So I had to make an adjustment while Tim was on the screen. I was like, all right, what do I got over here? What do I got over here?
Do you guys feel how kids now are losing out on that whole going and getting lost?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just I loved that about childhood. Like I was a big skateboarder, and I would be gone all day, the whole day. I was gone.
Oh yeah,
I did not want to be. You couldn't.
To be
I remember
fair,
my mom would be like, "Get inside the house. It's past dark, like 11 p.m." I did not want to go in, and now kids are on the tiki-taki, and that's all they do.
To be fair, the
they get
world
lost
is
on
a
their
little
phone
bit.
now.
It was a lot safer back then. So to be fair, I mean, but yeah, they need to get out, experience the world.
They do, and I mean, there's never a time now for most of these kids because of the phones that they're out of touch with their parents either at all. I mean, even if they do go out somewhere, you're always, you can just pull it out of your pocket and get with your parents. For us, once I left the house, I had no way of contacting my mom all day long. So
you had to ride your bike back to the house.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, KB said it. Street lights. Yep.
Exactly.
Street lights came on. You had to get your ass home. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Hard Copy Blues is saying "Stand by Me" is probably my number one.
It's a good number one.
I would say
I'm being super generic right now, like Breakfast Club.
No, that was a good choice because I didn't even know much about Stand by Me. I'm like, there's a dead body in there. Like I thought it was a baseball movie for some reason.
That starts the movie.
Yeah, that's the entire. They're making a trip to go see a dead body. They heard about a dead body, and that's their goal to get there.
Yeah.
Well, and the dynamic between the older brother and the younger sibling, and then like when they get into it right before the dead body, and he pulls the gun on them, and spoiler alert. But I mean, it's just the tension between the siblings too is great, and the older kids and younger kids. They learn a lot.
Mike, have you seen Boys in the Hood?
Yes, a long time ago.
So
y'all got to stop with the naming movies because I'm going to be going and getting Menace to Society and all these other movies.
It just popped in my head. It is a coming of age movie, but my point in bringing it up though is that if you remember right at the beginning, the little boys in the movie started off with "You want to go see a dead body," and that was directly influenced by Stand by Me, by the plot of Stand by Me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, both so good.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, what do you got?
All right, well, I'm going to remove this one and go pick up another one. That'll be honorable mention. Because
yeah, and I totally forgot to put these banners up, but we're on our fourth coming of age movie. So here we go.
We're going to have to do a top 10. All right, this is one of my favorites. I saw this in theaters with my dad. It also touches on addiction a tiny bit, but it is in my opinion, as close to a perfect movie as it gets. I think it is one of A24's absolute best, and that is The Spectacular Now.
Ooh, let's look at that. Let me zoom in on that.
I love this movie. You got Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley. They give incredible performances. You've got what is her name? You got Jennifer Jason Leigh, Brie Larson's in this, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Spectacular Now is incredible. It is some people I've heard say she is not a realistic character because women but she is basically every if a guy could pick a perfect woman, I feel like Shailene Woodley in The Spectacular Now would be like that. Ryan, you've seen it. Would you agree? Sort of.
I watched it, and I think I fell asleep during it because I think it was like my second movie of the night, so it was like midnight or whatever. So I don't remember much about it. I need to go back and watch it because I've heard nothing but good things about it. I do remember liking Miles Teller in it. So
nobody else has seen that.
I've seen it, Bob, but I didn't like it. It just didn't work for me at all. And Miles Teller was a big reason why. In most movies, he rubs me the wrong way.
Yes,
Really?
yes,
And,
for the longest
I think
time.
Miles Teller's amazing. That's sold me on the movie.
I don't like him in almost in anything except for Whiplash. Really, I didn't even like him in Maverick.
Whiplash is good.
Are you too fast or too slow?
Oh my goodness, I like Miles Teller in everything. Like if I hear his name, I want to see the movie because of that.
Mike, I'm with you. Yeah, I really like.
What's crazy is I thought he was great in Top Gun Maverick, and his performance in Whiplash is great. But I loved that he was getting tortured in Whiplash because I can't stand him for some reason. I don't know what it is. He is one of my least favorite actors, even though I know he is a good actor. There's just something about him that just something.
For me, I think no matter what the role is, he just comes off so smug.
Yeah,
I get that. Even at 21 and over, he's like that, and I love 21 and over, but he comes off like that. Ken said y'all are crushing me, but don't worry, Mika's got my back. She said she likes Spectacular. We're good. So yeah, Spectacular Now is a good one, but Whiplash could be coming of age too. I hate y'all because you keep naming movies. So, I'll go Whiplash right now. I'm gonna go get 12 more movies. I'm gonna do what he did, pull 2 for each round.
Hey,
that double pack, that triple pack.
I thought it was fair to at least pull out.
He pulled the host card on us on that one.
All right, growing up, Del, what do we got?
All right, so I decide I got this big stack here, and there are a lot of kind of heavy themed movies, and I'm not gonna I'll make those all honorables. I want another kind of feel good movie, so I'm going with Dope.
Ooh, that's a dope pick.
That is a really dope pick. This guy, he's gonna come up again. Well, I'm sure somebody's gonna pick him if not me, but he'll come up again in another form. But he is fantastic in the movie. He's the main character. And why am I drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden? But anyway, he's a kind of a outcast in his own neighborhood. He's growing up in the hood, but he's not like the stereotypical hood kids. He's very quirky. He's in rock and roll. He's got his own rock band, as a matter of fact. And him and his friends, like I said, they're kind of outcasts. And then they come up on some money from a strange place. They find a book bag full of money, and well, that gets the bad guys involved, and by the end of the movie, there's a lot of growing up once again.
Yeah,
Rihanna's baby daddy's in the movie, by the way, ASAP Rocky, and he's actually pretty good in the movie.
I just ran and got my other picks.
Bob, you're just gonna end up pulling down the whole shelf. The shelf behind you is gonna be all the movies off of it.
But luckily,
Tim, are you the only one that's seen Dope?
Luckily,
I never saw Dope, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I was just playing off I have it. I bought it for like $5. I never got around to it.
He just wanted to drop that pun. That's a dope pick.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was a good pun.
Does that movie start out with them in a bedroom with a female and they're listening to music or something like that?
Ooh, it's been a couple years since I watched. I don't remember exactly the start.
I feel like I started watching it on like Netflix or something, and I had to leave. I don't think I ever finished it. And I thought the opening was great. I thought the dialogue was really great.
It might. I have to watch it again to remember, to see it if that's the case. Shameik Moore, that's the main character's name. That's the lead actor's name.
Oh, he plays Spider-Man, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
What is that movie? Fish, we've had a conversation on this. I think you said you're a big fan of it. I can't remember. It came out in like 99 or 2000. It's a very dark movie about high school kids, and like I think one of them like rapes a girl at the end of it, or like while she's sleeping, something like that.
That's Kids. That's the name of the movie.
Kids. Yes,
Kids.
yeah, that could be coming of age technically, right? I mean, they don't learn anything.
no, absolutely, definitely.
That's like dark coming of age.
Oh yeah, that's 90s, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's one.
Bob is
Chloe Sevigny,
flung into his head.
You guys got me talking about different movies now. Y'all, I mean, Tim, I blame you.
All right, Fish, what do we got?
All right. This is this is another 80s movie. Well, an 80s movie. But since Tim took one of my favorite actors in his last pick, I'm gonna No, you're good. I really love Running on Empty with River Phoenix, Christine Lottie. This movie is fantastic. I love this movie. Talking about coming of age. They're on the run from the FBI. His parents were war protesters back in the 60s and 70s, and they're on the run. The whole family. River Phoenix has had enough. He's in high school. He wants to live a normal life. He wants to experience, those things that a normal teenager does. And yeah, oh man, this movie is fantastic. Martha Plimpton, River Phoenix. Yeah.
Yes.
Great movie.
Absolutely killer pick, man. No one talks about that movie. Like nobody. That is an awesome movie. River Phoenix is fantastic. He just wants to be in the band, just wants to be like a normal kid.
Yeah.
I loved it. It is such a great movie, and I love that you picked it.
And you know what, Tim? I loved your reaction.
I wouldn't.
I did too.
Like that.
It is like that is one of the funnest parts about being on streams is seeing Tim get excited over somebody's pick. One day I'm waiting for him to do a backflip off his chair.
Hey, but you guys sold me on that one with Tim's excitement, and then we got River Phoenix. I'm like, I'm there. I got to check it out.
It's a Warner Archive Blu-ray if you're interested.
Yes.
Yeah, Fish
I just haven't upgraded yet, but yes.
Yeah, Fish made me a watch list and put that one on there, and I watched that one. I liked it. It's pretty good. Not as much as Fish, but I did like it.
All right, Ryan, what do we got?
All right. So my next one is a rough movie. It takes place over one night. It's about a group of kids that learn a lot of lessons. And the backstory to the movie and how they got these kids, most of them were not actors at all. They were actually hired on the spot. And since the movie was made, a couple of them have passed away due to lifestyle choices, and they didn't, I guess, learn their lessons. But not every kid in this movie learns their lesson. A few of them do. And that is Larry Clark's Kids. The first time I watched this on VHS, it screwed me up. Like, these kids are just wrong. They beat up some dude in the park, at skate park, almost kill him. Telly's going around giving all these women AIDS. The other girl's trying to find out if she has AIDS, and he ends up raping another girl. Like, this movie is rough, but all the other kids are trying to get their crap together. And Telly's the one. Where is he? Yeah, Telly's the one bad seed out of it. But if you've not seen Kids, everybody needs to watch this at least once. And if you have kids, make them watch this, because this is a little dose of reality and definitely a coming of age movie.
Yeah, two bad seeds. Actually, Telly's buddy is a bad seed too.
Oh, yeah.
I think, in my opinion, is my most hated character in any film I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
I never wanted to jump through a screen so badly and just choke somebody. What an unlikable character. I mean,
I will say,
who put that out on Blu-ray? That's out of print right now?
It's a German release.
Oh, okay.
It's the only way you can get it on Blu-ray is order it from Germany.
It looks good though. It looks
good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's authentic. I forget who put it out. It's not a BDR or anything like that. It's an actual press disc.
So I know that's the movie that gave us Rosario Dawson and Chloe Sevigny, though.
Yes.
Yeah, Rosario.
The only two good kids out of the whole movie, almost.
Pretty much.
Dawn's so good.
But I think I don't remember if it was Telly. I think Telly is dead, and the black skateboarder, I think he may have passed away. And then the other guy, I think, went into porn after this, try to capitalize on his name from the movie. And it's a rough watch, but people need to watch it.
You know what? Another rough watch with Rosario Dawson is called Descent. not The Descent, Descent. And somebody recommended that movie, and I was like, what the hell did you make me watch? But the ending of that movie, dear Lord. But yeah, Rosario Dawson, I can never remember her name, but I love her as an actress.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan.
She's so good.
Yeah.
She flies under the radar quite a bit.
All right. Well, you guys have some good choices. I'm like, I've never heard of these movies before. I'm all picking all the mainstream
Mike,
stuff.
you've never seen Kids?
No. It
Oh.
sounds like a really, like you guys were saying, a tough watch though. So I don't know if I
it's
can
really
handle
tough.
it. Yeah, because there's like some movies I'm like, I can't ever watch
Well,
again.
I'm
It's
gonna
just
let you
very-
know. First
Sorry,
time,
it's just very, sorry, it's
I'm
just
sorry,
very
Chris.
real. It's just very real.
it's
It is.
Yeah.
so real. First time I watched it, I mean, when the movie ends, just want to sit back in your seat. You sit back in your seat and just kind of try to absorb what you just watched because it's just.
Well, and I
it's
think
crazy.
that's what the great Larry Clark did so good with it, because he's Gummo. Who's the woman that he always?
Did he direct Bully? Or no? Is that a completely different director? It came out right around the same time. Another movie that's extremely
Yeah, Bully's
real.
crazy.
And do you guys remember Bully?
Yeah,
Was
Bully.
Brad
I saw
Renfro?
Bully.
Okay, I have to rewatch Bully. I think I remember seeing it on TV, accidentally coming across it, and I was so captivated because it's a very disturbing and real movie.
I was thinking Gummo is another one, but the fact that they basically went to New York and they went to a skate park and was like, hey, you seem charismatic and I think that helped make the realism even better, because they just filmed these kids doing an average day basically, and it was just, it's a good movie. But I forget the woman that he collaborates with, because she did Gummo, which Gummo's a rough watch too if you've ever seen Gummo.
Gummo is crazy. I didn't really like Gummo because it just never seemed to get to it a decent point. But it's a rough watch for sure.
It's disturbing.
Yes.
Everybody's like, "What the fuck's Gummo?" It's
I
a messed
remember
up
seeing the
movie.
cover of it, but I didn't see it.
I watched plenty of messed
All
up
right.
movies. Sounds like it's right up my alley.
It's I think they are in like the back hills of West Virginia where they found these two kids, and they're like dirt poor and not mentally all there, and it's a weird dynamic of a movie. Like Dale said, it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's a shock value movie, and once you watch it, you're like, oh my god.
Mhm.
Holland Oates said that he did direct Bully.
Larry Clark
right.
does a lot of shock movies.
All right, so for my choice, another mainstream title, I'm gonna go horror on this one. So let's go with It Chapter 1. Yes, of course you got all the kids in there, so they're all facing their different fears as kids and like different traumatic moments they've gone through. So I think that's very real in the movie. So to me, I just think that's really interesting. And then to see that they all learn from it, they all join together, they get their group of friends, they become the Losers Club, they're able to fight off their enemies, right? First the bullies throwing rocks at them, but then it itself and face all their fears at the end. To me, that screams, coming of age movie. So and once again, just all the traumatic moments they have to live with. I mean, the little guy getting his little arm ripped off at the beginning in the sewer. I mean, just absolutely terrifying. But yeah, so there we
Then
go.
they have a giant orgy at the end. Oh wait, that was the Stephen King book. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't remember that part. Was that in the unrated edition?
This is for
another one of
Ken
these,
for his comment down in the chat. This is for Ken.
You picked the wrong It.
Another one of those unrated movies that Mike is on or hasn't seen or whatever that he. Do you remember the one?
The Halloween.
Yeah, you were like, wait, what? You said something about Curse of Michael Myers and something about some kind of sex, and we were like, Mike, you must have watched the porn parody of it.
No, okay. Michael Myers gets with the niece in there to have a baby that is very heavily implied in the
We watched
movie.
the porn parody. Of
Okay, I didn't say they showed any body parts with it, but I feel like somebody was tackled in a barn and something happened. That's how I remember the movie. But
Goldbreaker said that must be the porno edition of It too. See, he's always got these porn parodies of these horror movies on his mind. Or that was Ryan.
In the actual Stephen King movie, the kids have a giant orgy at the end of it, and of course, it was left out for the movies. But that's been pointed out several times when Stephen King has made remarks about stuff like, "You wrote a book about 12-year-olds having an orgy, dude." Like,
sounds like Cherry Falls.
all right. So on that note, we got my mom in the audience tonight. Hello, Mom.
On that note,
oops.
Yes, her son is very into these horror porn parodies. Now she knows.
All right, Basement Blue say we're always outside wandering the town growing up. KB saying streetlights was my alarm clock to come inside during summertime. Adrian saying would the Goonies be one? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's go to the Notorious Nemo. My number one coming of age movie is Mighty Joe Young. Yeah, I remember that one a long time ago.
That movie, I haven't seen that in ages.
That's
Who doesn't love Charlize Theron?
Yeah, King Kong kind of rip-off kind of movie, really.
Craig saying The Summer of 42 is a good coming of age movie. See, I haven't seen that one either.
Nope.
Yep. Mid-level media saying Dope was good. Found that at the Dollar Tree, I think.
That's his main store, right? The movies.
They have some good titles every now and again.
that's
Apex.
sprinkled in there.
It's either
Yeah, it
boutique
can
or
be
Dollar
kids
Tree.
or
There's no in
something.
between.
See, I'm trying to remember who Rosario Dawson is. Like, I feel like I know the name, but I'm not getting a face right now.
She's been in a lot of the Netflix Marvel shows.
Daredevil season 1. She was in.
Yeah,
She's the night nurse.
The
Yeah, they-
The Daredevil.
Gotcha,
Clerks
gotcha.
2? Did you see Clerks 2?
Clerks
I
too.
haven't
Yeah.
seen Clerks 2 yet. No.
But she's
I
great.
know
You've seen
Daredevil.
Sin City. She
You
is in
think
Sin
of-
City.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's
Think
in
of like one of the most underrated.
Yeah, Daredevil
Yeah.
nurse. Mhm.
That's her right there in the front. Yeah.
Mhm.
Columbiana? Was it Columbiana? Was that her?
No, that's
No,
Zoe. That's Zoe
Zoe
Saldana.
Saldana.
Zoe
Oh,
Saldana.
okay.
But another underrated actress. I mean, both her and Rosario Dawson are really good, and nobody ever talks about them.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson's not even credited on like they always every time any cover I've ever seen of this, it's been Leo Fitzpatrick, Justin Pierce, and Chloe Savini are the only 3 names ever on these.
Yeah, Alexander Rapp's got it right. He says she's very hot.
Wow,
She
I'm
is.
looking at my DVD, Ryan. You're right. Wow, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
She's not.
The
not
DVD is severely out of print too. I think that thing still goes for like $20-25.
All right, Tiana saying, what are you watching, Mike? And with the super chat, though, of $13.99. Thank you so much, Tiana, for supporting the channel on that level. It is much appreciated. So thank you.
Yo, Tiana kicks ass.
That is Canadian, so I think it's only like $1.42 American. So
That's all right. That is all right.
Well, I don't know. In 2023, that
Anything
might be
helps. I
reversed.
appreciate anything.
Yeah,
Mike's gonna
2023,
go
that might be
find
like
his
$100.
Mike's
No,
going
that's
to
true.
find his next horror parody now with that $13.99.
Yep. Speaking of horror, we got Benicio. Yep,
Benicio.
what's up?
What's up, Benicio?
Holland is saying, "Oh, Rosario is Shoka."
Shaka.
yeah.
Yeah, Benicio just saying, "What's up, my mega peoples?" Yep, everybody's saying Rosario Dawson is Ashoka. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, Alex is a fan of Rosario Dawson right there.
oh, I forgot she was in the Rundown too. She's the barkeep.
Yeah.
Rundown
Yeah,
is
I
such
forgot
a
about that.
fun movie
This
too.
big comment, I'm not sure who that is. Ran down at the bottom. I don't want to try to pronounce the last name, but Thandie Newton's really good too.
Yeah.
Rancid Enigma.
Yeah, I didn't want to try. I mean, if I, some people get mad if you butcher their name. It's like, why even try? I'll just call it Ran.
All right, so we're on our third coming of age movie now, and let's go reverse order on this one. Ryan,
I don't.
what do we got?
Yeah, I'm sick of Tim pulling and pulling all these titles that I'm going to pull or something.
So Harmony Korine is the person I was thinking of that did Gummo, and she's done some stuff with Larry Clark. She's the other shock person. But
Well, I hate to break this to you, Ryan, but Harmony's a guy.
oh, it is okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Spring Breakers did Spring Breakers.
okay. Well, then don't have a name like Harmony that's spelled weird, and you won't know. I don't think I've ever
How
seen
dare
a
you
picture of him.
assume gender, Ryan? How dare you?
I'm
my
old,
God.
okay. Anyway, so my next one's actually an autobiography, I guess technically, but it is a coming of age because it is the progress of this person through his childhood and everything he learns and how he becomes the man he is today. And I don't know how many people's ever seen this movie, but it is Honey Boy from Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, let's zoom in
That's
on
good.
that.
So
You quoted that one, right? Because I don't think
yes.
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
that
movie.
Canadian, right?
it's
Is that-
no, it's Umbrella. It's one
Oh,
of Umbrella's.
I knew it wasn't American.
I think the Umbrella is the only way you could get this. I think they're the ones that, but Shia LaBeouf wrote that he was in rehab and all that, and basically he was trying to get his crap together. And one of his mentors was like, "Why don't you write your life story down?" So he did. Turned it into the movie. He played his dad, which was a lot of his angst of his childhood in that. And this movie is a trip. Like you learn a lot about Shia and like his upbringing. His dad was in the movies as well. And it really shows how he got from being a little kid to everything he went through, how he acted and how he is now. I don't know if anybody pays attention to Shia. I think he's becoming a great success story. Like, even though he's done some crappy crap, he's done 180 and he's a more humbled person. But if you haven't seen Honey Boy, seek it out, try to watch it. It's a great movie.
I love Shia LaBeouf. That's Tony's least favorite actor, though.
I like Shia.
Steve,
You know
Ross,
what?
Tony.
I've never understood the hate for him. He's done some stuff in his personal life, but like
Just
actor-wise,
do it. Just do it, Tim.
I always liked him.
Yeah, but after watching the movie, you completely understand why he has mental issues. He snapped. He got into drugs and alcohol, and he has control issues and stuff like that. Like the movie does a really good job explaining why he's just a
That
crappy
movie
childhood.
came out right around Peanut Butter Falcon. Like,
And
Oh,
Peanut-
that movie's so
both-
good.
yeah, that.
Oh,
and
that's another
Peanut-
great coming of age film.
Oh
Yes,
my
Peanut
God,
Butter
how did
Falcon.
yeah, that would be coming of age.
Yeah.
Don't even get
Peanut
But-
Butter Falcon was great. And I
Yeah.
almost picked that one, but then I remembered I had Honey Boy. I was like, no, I'm going to go with Honey Boy.
Honey Boy, I really enjoyed Honey Boy, and like with Peanut Butter Falcon and American Honey, Shia LaBeouf got on a roll there. And I think for me, Tim, I think some of the hate comes from a lot of his early performances.
Oh,
They were all
no,
kinda
don't diss
similar.
on Holes though. Holes is one of the
Well,
greatest movies.
we'll
of
skip
all
over that.
time.
No, why would you bring that up right now?
I love Holes.
It's a coming of age
Love
movie.
holes.
He was
Oh,
gonna
Holes
pull
Holes
is
is
amazing.
He was gonna
Everybody
pull
loves holes, Tim.
Oh,
And then
You know
you know,
what?
people hate,
you can't get enough.
Wow, Ryan's got porn on the
Wow.
brain tonight.
and then
Ryan,
people hate
I,
that doing Indiana Jones.
You know what
stuff.
I really would have liked to see in Honey Boy though, and I don't know if anybody agrees with me here. I really would have liked to see him direct that.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see, because he was the one I felt like. So I really liked Honey Boy, but I think there was some stuff left on the, like some meat left on the bone in that one, and I think it could have been better. I swear, I just think it would have been better if he directed it. But
I
One little
think he
fact
was
about-
going to, and he got not necessarily talked out of it, but I think he got a little bit over his head. I think no, you didn't freeze. Because he talks about it in an interview with, I want to say, John Bernstall, and I think he was slated to direct it too, and the team that like helped him get it created was like, no, we're going to let somebody else direct it, but you got writing and producing. So I think he was initially supposed to, and then the studio kind of interfered a little bit.
To anybody that doesn't know, when he reached out to his dad to tell him that he was going to be playing him, he hadn't talked to his dad for, what was it, like
18 years.
Yeah, 18 or
Yeah, something
19
like
years. He hadn't talked to his dad, Skyped him and was like, hey, I'm going to be playing you in a movie. And then I think he watched it with his dad, right? Or watched the movie with his dad on like Skype. And his dad was just in tears at the end of it, I believe, if I remember correctly. So when you listen to that story, if you look that up, it adds like to the emotion of the movie.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch that one because I tried watching it one time and I couldn't get through it. So I need to rewatch it.
Right, Honey Boy's really good.
All right, Fish. What do we got?
Oh, well, I went a little goofy on this one. I really love this movie. I can watch this over and over again, and actually I do. I'll put it on, and I'll put it on repeat and just let it go, and I'll be doing stuff around the house, laundry, dishes, let a couple hours go by, watch this a couple times. But Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore. Could you consider this one a coming of age because she actually went back to high school and learned from new mistakes that she had as an adult?
Yeah.
And from mistakes that she had as a teenager back then. I love this movie. It's fantastic. It's just a lot of fun, goofy, very, very young cast here as well. This came out in '99. You got David Arquette here. You got Marley Shelton, Jessica Alba, James Franco is in this as well. So I love Never Been Kissed. Just goofy, fun, cute. Drew Barrymore, one of my favorites.
A lot of people are still kids in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. They can always have a coming of age at a later age.
You know how many times I hear somebody older tell me, though, like the key to staying young is continuing to keep your youth, like acting young, like not getting old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you guys, when you were younger, you would always see the depiction of adults in movies and stuff, and they would always have their shit together. They would know what they're doing. And now I'm that age, and I'm like, I am not adulting correctly. Like, I'm not doing this now.
Damn it, Tim.
Right? Where's the manual?
Where's the manual? Yes, when I was in my 20s, I remember everybody saying, "Don't worry, the 30s are the best years."
All
You
right.
blanked out there.
Yeah, like
You went all robot.
oh, no worries.
Oh,
He's frozen. He'll come back. Oh,
There he
Bob's
is.
back. There he is. All right,
Hi,
Dell.
Mom.
What do you got for your choice, Dell?
All right, so this movie is getting a Criterion release. If it hasn't already, I'm bad about keeping up with the dates on those. But this movie I've been watching since it came out in the 70s. I saw it way too young, but I've seen it probably a dozen times or more, and it is Cooley High.
It just came out. I believe it just came out.
Okay, so I'll probably snag it. I will definitely snag it during the July sale. And it's just a fantastic movie. We got Cochise here, Preach over here. It's just two guys, just best friends, and they get into a little bit of trouble, but nothing major until something major starts to happen. But it's really all about their friendship and how they get along, how they grow, and then of course the trouble that they get into that leads to a pretty sad, almost a sad ending, but it's a bittersweet kind of ending. And like I wanted to keep it light, and it's not necessarily a light ending, but all the way through is kind of it's just a fun story to watch. And it's set it came out in the 70s, but it's actually set in the 60s. And this is one I know a lot more people are going to watch it now that it's come out on Criterion. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and grab that and check it out.
When it gets that magical little C, man, it's suddenly a big deal.
Exactly. I can't wait to see what it looks like on Criterion.
Well, the good thing is that they worked with the director, because that's actually, the news broke because the director broke the news. So at least he was part of the restoration and everything.
Cool.
And is that a Blu-ray or 4K release from Criterion?
It's a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
I always like to hear that about directors, unless it's James Cameron.
Same.
You know what I mean? You mean you don't like that he's only working on Avatar 38?
All right, Bob, take it away. What do you got?
Well, I removed my number 3. I had to go grab another one. And Fish was talking. I ran again. All right. I absolutely love this movie. I did have this laid out. It was one of the first ones I picked. I adore Anna Sophia Robb. It's got a great cast. it's
Wonderful.
when I first watched this movie, I fell in love with it, and that is The Way Back.
Ooh.
I
Oh, that's not what I thought.
I love this movie so much. This is like one of those just perfect feel good movies. If you're having a bad day or something like this is just definitely make you feel good. It's got a little bit of romance, and what is his name? Sam Rockwell is so funny in this. He is excellent. He's funny. Steve Carell is such a dick in this. I love this movie. It's probably like in my top 50 favorite movies of all time when I watched it, and every time I watch it, it just makes me feel so good. And yeah, it just puts a smile on my face.
You said Anna Sophia Robb, though, and I was really hoping you were going to pull Bridge to Terabithia because that's where my mind went.
No.
I actually like that one, Tim.
Yeah, I like it. It hits you. It hits hard, but I like
it had terrible marketing though. Like when I'm a kid, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun fantasy adventure movie. Yay, let's go. I'm like, what is this? This is so sad. The trailers did not market it properly.
And Maya Rudolph is like, she is next level funny.
Now, you talk about underrated. Maya Rudolph is
especially
way
in
underrated.
Bridesmaids. She has a direct line.
Yeah.
Everything she's in to my funny bone. She is so funny.
She's way underrated.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Well, I'm still get to pick what I was going to pick anyways. If anyone was following my stories on Instagram, you might already have an idea, but Dead Poet Society is a phenomenal movie. It's so freaking good. Robin Williams kills it. He's one of those actors that is amazing comedy and drama, but he's not even the center character. He's the crux of where everything happens, but it's a group of kids that get together to form the Dead Poet Society, where they read poems with each other, but it's more so about rebelling against their plans for adulthood. And it's so freaking good, and it hits so hard by the end. It doesn't even leave on a happy note. Like, there's a slight smile.
No spoilers. I haven't seen that one yet. No spoilers.
You haven't seen? Well, it's.
Oh,
I mean, it's not happy. I'm not saying what happens. It's just not happy. It's not a happy movie at all. But great performances. You get young Ethan Hawke in here. He's not even the center character, but he's in the whole movie. But excellent movie. Just don't go in for a Robin Williams movie as much, because he's a big part, but he's not the center of the movie. It's these kids. It's so good.
I just thought of another movie.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen Dead Poet Society either, but I did have it spoiled for me by Friends. An episode of Friends spoiled it for me, but I still want to see it. I still really want to see it. Like I said,
I don't plan to intentionally spoil anything. Unfortunately, it's from 1989, so it's one of those things like it's been around a long time.
No, I know. I mean, but for me, and I'm not digging because you didn't spoil it, Tim, but like on streams, it happens so often. But even when I'm talking about a movie from, say, 1960, I try not to spoil it because there's definitely still people out there who haven't seen it and haven't heard spoilers. So in case, like, even if I'm talking about a movie from 1930s, I try not to spoil it just in case. So, but it's inevitable when you're on streams. Unfortunately, it just gets brought up and then certain movies get spoiled.
It's hard to bring this up and be like, this is a happy movie all the way through, because it's not. So I don't want to portray it as something it's not. It's great though.
I've seen it, but it's probably been almost 30 years since. So next time I watch it, it'll be like watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
So
it was great to rewatch it today. I had a killer day of movies. I mean, a killer day. It's rare. Five was yesterday. Today was 3. I've been killing it.
How do you do it, Tim?
Well, I've been on. Today is my last day of staycation, so I've been just watching movies like crazy. But
what's the most you guys have ever watched in one day? I got 10.
4
5. I did.
I got 10 one day. I did
10 in one day.
I got 5.
You didn't sleep that day, I'm guessing.
Midnight to midnight. It was during COVID, so I was off.
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten 8. I did a Harry Potter marathon, so I've gotten 8 in. So yeah.
Oh my God.
I did. I've gotten 6. I got 6 once.
Yeah, I did 10.
Oh my goodness.
It was a bunch
I was
of
happy with my 5.
I know. I thought I was doing
Yeah.
good with like 4 one time. I'm like, all right. Well, I guess we're on to me now. So I definitely won't spoil this one, just in case anybody hasn't seen it. It's a more recent one too, so I don't know if people have seen it. But Licorice Pizza, has anybody seen that out there?
Yeah, I didn't-
No.
No.
Okay.
I
It's
didn't really
really,
like
really good.
Yes,
Definitely
I've
check
seen
out.
it.
Oh, awesome.
No,
yeah,
not
the
awesome. Not awesome.
So
You don't like the movie?
Mike,
No, I'm
No.
with Bill. I didn't
Really?
understand why that movie didn't it get nominated for most original script, and I was like,
I
what's
like
original
this
about
movie
it?
a lot. Okay.
Nah.
I really like this one. Well, anyway, it's kind of like a hopeless romantic story, but I think the actress does a really good job in here. She's actually a part of a singing group in real life, and the sisters in the movie are her actual sisters, and her parents in the movie are her actual parents in real life. So I thought that was always really cool. There's a lot of funny moments in here, like Bradley Cooper's scenes are hilarious. I'm laughing so hard when Bradley Cooper is there. You get Sean Penn as well, so great casting talent. Absolutely, I think it moves at a good pace, and it basically takes place, I think, 70s. So I think the production design and like setting up that time period is really cool, like with bringing in like water beds and all that kind of fun stuff. And you'll notice things in the background too. You'll be like, oh, is that the Adam West Batmobile? Like you can pick out things in the background, which is really fun. But I like this movie. I have a fun time with it. Oh my god, Dell, you hate this one though. What's happening?
I
is it?
hate that
It's
movie.
creepy,
Why?
right? Like, isn't she chasing like a 15-year-old or something?
Okay, let me
It's almost
clarify.
like the movie Jailbait yesterday.
So
She-
the
he-
15-year-old is chasing her. Okay, so the 15-year-old
okay.
chasing her, and
So
yeah,
so
no, that's pretty much it.
yeah, that's part of my issue is the 15-year-old is chasing her. She spends this whole movie. She's
We
25,
don't want to
by the way.
spoil it though.
So
Don't spoil
I don't want to
it.
spoil it, but she spends the whole movie contemplating the fact that he's 15, and then
How
we
did
get
that
the-
win or get nominated for best? Especially in 2022, where
It's great writing, I'm
pedophile is
telling
like
you.
the thing.
Yeah,
But
it's-
is it not
It's
the same
because it's a Paul
was it-
Thomas Anderson movie. That's why.
because it wasn't a man chasing her. Instead, it
But
was
well,
her-
you know what?
Yeah, if it was
if
opposite,
the
it would have
roles
been a
were
way different
reversed, that
response.
wouldn't get nominated for best picture.
But
If
you
it
know
was
what?
a
I don't
man-
even think that's true because it just seems like every few years there's a movie where an adult has a relationship with a child and everybody goes crazy over
Well,
it. There was
yeah. I mean, you
before
can go
that-
back to Big too. I mean, like Tom Hanks' Big. I mean,
Why?
Yeah,
And
there was-
especially in
there was,
2023, where they're
uh,
complaining about so much stuff. Why is that like?
Call
I
me by
don't,
your name.
I don't
Like,
know.
most
I don't get it.
scripts.
There was the Call Me by Your Name a couple years ago.
That's why
And
I
then-
haven't watched Call Me by Your Name
Yeah.
either. Those with adults going after kids, it's fucking creepy no matter
Yeah.
what way you put it. And
Yeah.
my mind can't get past it. I can't.
There was
Yeah.
that. There was An Education, one of Carey Mulligan's first movies that was critically acclaimed and nominated for all sorts of stuff.
Get him,
And
Dell,
it-
get him.
I didn't like any of those movies.
I know. I'm like, okay, let me switch my choice. Here.
I'm sorry. If you love it, Mike, you love it.
Now,
But I just
I'll
I
go
didn't.
to
It just
hugged
didn't
the
work.
award tonight for best comment. He said more like licorice pizza of shit.
Oh,
Like I said, it's a
God.
Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't make a whole lot of movies. So when he does, like, he always gets praised because he's like,
Yeah, but licorice pizza bored me. And I remember I was talking to one of my
Really?
friends, and he was like,
Oh
I
my
loved
goodness.
it. You don't know film. And he was all upset. And I was like, dude,
I love the movie. I could like watch it.
why
just
was that
rewatch it.
so original? Why did they give that best original script when the script is not, it's far from original? Like, Del, did you see anything original about that movie?
Not really. I mean,
All right.
I will
I'm-
give
I'm
Bradley
switching
Cooper,
picks
Bradley
over
Cooper's
here. Let me
parts were
find
good, but not
Bradley
terribly.
Cooper's part was good, but I was like,
Yeah.
why was he nominated? He was in. that
All
movie.
right,
Yeah,
I'm
not the
switching.
same
I'm
movie.
switching. Okay, I got Barb and Star. Go to
Wow,
Mr.
Barb and
Barb. We
Star.
got some older people now, so I don't want to hear no complaints here on this one. Look at this nice Lynn Tickler cover. The writing on a shrimp. You got
just wanted to
Reba in
say Lynn
there. You got like
Tickler.
singing turtles and stuff. I don't know what's going on. This is definitely a coming of age story. You're gonna hear about the cool logs and all that stuff. This is a really great time. So this is now my number 3 pick. There you go, everybody.
You didn't Ken buy
All
that.
right, there you
You didn't
go.
Ken buy that on
Enjoy
4K.
it. Enjoy that.
I thought Ken bought that on 4K.
Oh, I would have totally got the 4K if I didn't get the Blu-ray already. But I mean, the Lynn Tickler cover you can't beat. So So
You just
I don't know
wanna
if the
say
4K came with that.
Real question though. Is it that one really good? I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
No,
it's
I
so
love
silly.
Barb
It's
and
fun.
Fargo to Del Mar. It's a fun movie.
Okay.
I laughed so hard with
They
it.
do a musical number on the beach that is so freaking funny.
Mm.
it's
So good.
It's completely nothing is grounded in reality that with that movie though. It's bonkers.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, and I didn't expect anything out of it, but it's great.
Okay.
Huck's
It's a
still
love it or hate it
ripping-
though. You
Huck's
might watch
still-
it and literally hate it.
Huck is still
Okay.
ripping licorice pizza.
Really? Oh my god. I'm sorry I picked that, everyone. Oh goodness. I didn't know that was gonna be so controversial.
I'm just glad it didn't win Best Picture. I didn't.
Oh my gosh. It even has an awesome title, Licorice Pizza. I mean,
So KB said she was 25. Her character was 25.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my lord.
I don't
20
know if the age was officially confirmed. I felt
No,
like
she says it in the movie. She actually
Yeah,
says
but,
I'm 25 and he's
when
girls
he
50.
lie about their ages too.
When he
so
gets
you never
there,
know. I mean, I felt like that
When
was
he ends up with her at
questionable.
the end, is he like of age at that point?
No, the
Like,
whole movie is set within what, a month or so?
Oh
If
God.
that.
Well,
No.
okay.
It was a little bit of
I'm-
a time jump.
out.
Oh, okay,
No,
they
there's
don't
no
get it
time jump.
on though. I mean,
No,
John,
they
how
don't
you're
sleep
saying
together.
it's like they're like, no, they don't take it that far.
But
There's
Mike,
just-
they would.
no, you do not know if they would take it that far.
Do you
That
think
is
she's
how
waiting
you
3 years?
writing the whole story. Yeah, of course. That was true love at the end. There was some true love there. Okay,
Yeah, right.
I'm
I'll wait
telling
for you.
you.
I'll
That's
wait.
that 15-year-old D, man.
Sounds like waiting with Ryan Reynolds. I'm gonna wait 1 week.
So
I'm
let's go
telling
to the
you,
chat
I'm
and see what's
telling
going on in
you.
the chat, folks. Oh, wait,
I'm
they've got the
telling
same
you.
discussion we're having up here.
I'm telling you, she was waiting a good amount of. She is
Speaking
waiting
of
3 years. I'm confident in that. Yes. Even though she showed her boobs pretty quick, but yeah. That was
Wow.
earlier in the movie. That was.
I was the only person.
Bob, you're freezing again.
Freezing up, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Are you there again? Oh no, Bob's frozen. Okay, no worries. All right, let's look
He's
at the
back.
chat. So on that note, my mom is saying the It books I could read about were a child being abused by his crazy mom and how he dealt with it. Yeah, I think that's called A Child Called It, if I remember that correctly. Let's see. We got somebody mentioning The Tax Collector for Shia LaBeouf. I like that movie a lot. I know. I like it. I have the steelbook of it. I like that one.
He changes his accent like 3 times in the movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna look. Funny story though. I didn't like Tax Collector. I'm with Ryan on that, but my brother swears by that movie. He's like it was the best movie of the year, whatever year it came out, a couple years ago. So he loves
You
it.
gotta appreciate the dedication though that he got real tattoos. Like that's dedication.
That's called
crazy.
mental illness, Tim. That is mental illness.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I love mental illness.
Do you like breakdowns in the fast lane while you're driving down the highway? Do you like crying at the line in McDonald's? I'm Ryan from Movies with Ryan, and this is my mental illness.
Avatar 38 is gonna be killer.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till they get to 42 when they hit that arc.
Why did he come out and say like? What did they say? They confirmed like 6 or 8 of them.
Six of them, I think.
What?
Really? I thought it was 4. I thought it was 4 after.
Either way, they're like he worked on that for like 11 years, didn't he, or something like
Oh,
that?
dude, 6 total. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. He after this new one, has 4 more lined up for there to be like a total of 6 or something.
He'll be 90 years old by the time they get to part 4.
They're not even good.
No, they're not.
Really? I love that second one. You guys are
Ugh.
killing me tonight. It's my 3rd favorite movie of the year. I love that second one. I felt like I was swimming with the Avatar people and all the fishies. Oh.
Do we want to talk Wakanda Forever? Let me in on this. Wait, no. I'm just kidding.
Don't get fish started on Wakanda Forever.
No, I'm just-
Mike's
I'm-
up there in Avatar. He's like, he's got the glasses. He's trying to.
I'm telling you, that was a fun experience. Like, that's the best I've ever seen 3D in my life, for sure. It was really good.
Yeah, but what did that have to do with anything? Oh my god. It was a 3.5-hour movie that could have been an hour and a half.
Dell and Tim reverse roles tonight, where Dell is the passionate one, where he's like going after it tonight. He's all in on it. He's just like, licorice pizza's a piece of shit. He's like this.
See, Alex is with me right here. Looks good, but never seen it. Sounds kinky. See, Alex is all for the licorice pizza right there. Okay.
Alex is funny. I like this guy.
Yeah, rethinking his choice now. Yep, it's like good thing I had Barb and Star ready to go as a backup. Oh my goodness.
He just wanted to pull a lenticular so he could say lenticular.
It was a nice cover. I do say that. Mid-level media saying, Mike, that's your best pick all night. Licorice pizza or Barb and Star?
Barb and Star. He put that after Barb and Star.
All right, I'll take it. Barb and Star is really good. All right. Let's see. Let's look at this. KB saying, in real life, Alana Haim was almost 30 despite her. Is she really? I didn't know that. Almost 30. Okay.
She's not my type.
She has good music though. Check out her music with her and her sisters. I like the music.
Is the name of the band Haim?
It might be.
I think it is.
Oh, Mama Blu-ray. Damn, Mike, I want whatever you're taking.
What's up, Mama Blu-ray?
Cocaine!
Blu-ray. I got the Snapple, the zero sugar Snapple.
Ooh.
What'd they put in this?
Something. There's some cocaine that fell out of the sky in that.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, Huck saying, I'll back you up now, Mike. Avatar 2 was good. Okay, yes. All right. Yep. The band is
Okay.
How do you say it again?
Haim. I call it Haim.
Haim. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no
Corey
idea.
Haim.
Yeah.
Corey Haim.
Yeah, that's what I
But
was.
that was
going
cool
off of.
that they got her a whole family in the movie. Like I thought that was pretty interesting. That usually doesn't happen. All right. We are now on to our runner-ups here. Second place. So let's go to Bob this time. Why not? Start in the middle.
When I saw this
Targeted.
movie, hopefully I don't freeze. I apologize. I got to figure this out. But when I saw this movie in theaters, I was in tears at the end. Not because it's like a sad ending or anything. Does anybody ever watch a movie and it doesn't even need to be the saddest movie you've seen? You're just in tears from how much you can appreciate the art, the acting, the performances, writing, script, and everything like that. When I watched this movie, it made me just so emotional. It is probably my favorite feel-good movie. Definitely one of my favorite coming of age, my second of all time. Shia LaBeouf, Dakota Johnson. I'm
so
absolutely in love with Dakota Johnson. My mom and sister called her plain, and I was like, not true. But I love her. And Zach Godsagan, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Just the three of them, it's perfect. Like this movie, I love everything about this movie. And when this song played at the end, I was watching with my buddy, and he just kind of left, waited for me, and I was the last one in the theater, and then we watched Angel Has Fallen after it. And I'm glad I saw this because
That's a weird follow-up.
well, it was both in the theater, so we were double dipping. But Peanut Butter Falcon, like honestly, just had a huge impact on my life at the time.
Well, even the press tours. I mean, Shia really took him underneath his wing and said nobody's going to screw with him. He's going to be a movie star, and like watching the press stuff and all that too. Like, you could see Shia being genuine and like just like it was in the movie. It was great.
It was by the time we got to the climax of that movie, I mean, you couldn't help but feel good.
It's a feel good all the way.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I honestly love the chemistry between the three of them. Had incredible chemistry. Dakota Johnson and Shia were great. And Huck, shout out to Huck. He said Peanut Butter Falcon is amazing. He did five underrated movies you should all see, and Peanut Butter Falcon and Untamed Heart were on there. And after I heard him pull those two movies, I was like, Huck, you could recommend movies to me anytime. I trust your opinion. So,
All right, let's go to a fish.
Oh, jumping around.
Yeah. Surprise.
All right. This is another 80s movie. I grew up in the 80s, born in 77, so I'm an 80s kid through and through. I love this one. I'm actually watching it right now. It's on my TV. I forgive, but I only have a bootleg of this. It does have a Blu-ray. Don't come at me. But it's in my cart on my Amazon. I just need to pull the trigger. But Helen Slater and Legend of Billie Jean is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love this movie. She starts out as a just a very young and innocent young lady, and her and her brother, played by Christian Slater, run into some bullies and stuff, and some things happen. They try to get a bike fixed or paid for by the bully's dad, and stuff goes wrong, and they've got to grow up. They're on the run, still trying to get the bike fixed, and just want what they're owed. Fair is fair, right? I think that's what the DVD or the Blu-ray is. It's the Fair is Fair edition. Anytime I hear Billy Idol's Rebel Yell or Pat Benatar's, oh my gosh, was Invincible on the radio, I always think of this movie. Wonderful, fantastic. If you've never seen it, please check it out.
I'll have to get around to that. I've had that Mill Creek.
Yeah, that's on Mill Creek with the retro VHS. And you're lucky Holland's not posting, or your ass would have been out of here.
Kick him out.
All right, Tim, what do we got?
Oh, so I'm gonna go again with one I watched today, and this is a first time watch. I'm more so because I don't know who saw this one, but School Ties was freaking great. Like I said, first time watch. I loved this. So Brendan Fraser, which maybe this got a release because he's coming back into the spotlight, but he goes to a Catholic school that he's Jewish, and it's 1950 something. I don't remember the year now, but they are very anti-Semites essentially, and he keeps it hidden that he's Jewish until it accidentally comes out, and people treat him terrible. I mean, terrible. It's a really good movie. Great performances. You have Matt Damon, who is a character you will like and then hate. Ben Affleck. This is a pretty stacked cast. I thought this was fantastic. We need a Blu-ray here. This is the imprint one. We don't have one here. This was so good. I don't know why I never saw it before. The performances were all killer, and it's one of those movies that will make you angry and want to punch the screen because everybody is awful to him, just awful once they find out he's Jewish.
That's a great pick. School Ties is great. Excellent movie.
That one. Yeah.
All right, Del, what do we got?
All right, so I told you Shameik Moore was coming back, and so I had to go with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite animated movie of all time. It is definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. We get Miles Morales here, and he goes from, not a never do well, but a kid who's kind of struggling coming into his own to somebody who blossoms by the end of the movie. And of course, we get all the great stories with all the different Spider-Mans from all the different universes, and the animation style on it is just amazing. And I'm hyper excited for Across the Universe. I just can't wait till that one comes out. But this is an amazing movie.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. I had this in my pile too. I loved it. So I went into this. I wasn't sure on the animation based on the trailers. I was kind of iffy. Once you see the movie, though, oh my God. And especially knowing they animated all these characters at different intervals to kind of go along with what they're going for. And it's pitch perfect. This movie is probably one of the best animated movies in general, not just
like I said, this
animated.
It might be my favorite of all time. And I got to see it in the theaters, and the screen at you, and it's like, oh, this is different. This is something that I hadn't really seen before, and it really, really works. And just in the animation, and then the storytelling to go with that was just fantastic.
It's so cool as he learns more and becomes Spider-Man more, that his frame rate picks up.
Yeah,
that's kind of genius. He's at full frame rate at the end because he has learned what it is to be Spider-Man. I'm like, damn, Even
Mhm.
the animation is telling the story. Like,
Mhm.
And they
It's
start
so
putting the
good.
thought bubbles in when he starts learning stuff and all that too. It's like just so cool. It's
Yeah.
definitely my favorite Spider-Man as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting that choice. I wasn't even thinking superhero movies, but now I'm like, yeah, superhero movies. So many of them could be coming of age stories. So
Oh,
definitely a great
personally,
choice.
I actually expected that from you, to be honest. I had it in my pile. I'm like, Mike is picking this. He's definitely picking this.
No, I'm like, that's a whole nother stream. That's a superhero stream.
Which
All
when
right.
you do when you do one, I want in on that one.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Ryan, what do we got?
All right, I want to go old school on this. Let's see if I can do this. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? Is the law of our side if I say I? No. No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir. Romeo and Juliet, like the original, Willie Shakespeare, young lovers learning a lesson in life and ultimately dying. And I know people hate this movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, but I love this movie. It came out when I was in high school. I've watched this thing, I don't know how many times. Super stylized. Plus, I wanted to show off the Steelbook again because
I was just thinking, you just wanted to show that Steelbook.
Yes, yes.
That's a great looking steelbook.
Very
Oh, yeah.
super limited edition. I can tell you that. I think there was only like 1,200 of these made. But I love the stylized how they use the guns instead of the swords. You got John Leguizamo's in here. Paul Rudd is in here. Is it Claire Danes? I always forget. I always want to say Claire Danes.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire Danes. Oh, Google.
Yeah.
Eyes.
Yes.
You just
But,
made Bob a hot bothered.
Romeo and Juliet. I mean, it is the penultimate oldest coming of age story, really. You think about it, even though it was short lived.
Wait,
So,
aren't they
Romeo and
15
Juliet.
in Romeo and Juliet? I feel like they're
Yes.
young in Romeo and Juliet.
But your
Yeah,
life
but they're-
expectancy in the 1500s was like 27, so they were old.
Aside from that, they're both 15.
They're both-
not one of
Yeah,
them.
Yeah,
It's
that's
okay
it.
if both of them are
Yeah.
underage.
And the 40-year-old dating a 16-year-old. That's a different story.
40-year-old. Where's the
It's
40-year-old?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio before he became a creepy old man chasing young
Yeah.
girls.
That's where he got his love for 21-year-olds. Now, my favorite scene that's what I quoted from is at the gas station when the Capulets are there filling up and the Montague show up, and that's when you really first get a look at John Leguizamo as a. Damn it, he's one of the lead. He's Juliet's cousin, but he's the badass of the Capulets, and it's just an awesome scene. And I love how they strictly use the dialogue from the original story. Great movie.
I was taking a Shakespeare class actually in college around time that came out, and we had just read Romeo and Juliet, so watching it was so weird with modern times and them using the original dialogue. But then by the time as the movie went on, it just fit and it felt better, and I really enjoyed that too.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite telling of that as well. I actually watched the old school one in high school. They actually showed us that Olivia Hussey one in
The 63 or something like that.
in English class. My freshman year in high school, we watched that. And then that Romeo and Juliet came out when we were in high school, and I really love, like you, I love the fact that they use the actual Shakespearean English with modern time updated to set in now. So I really love that. So that's one of my favorite aspects of that movie as well. Gorgeous Baz Luhrmann, even back then you could see how he liked over the top and very colorful, spectacular movies. So really, really enjoyed that one as well. Awesome pick.
So Fish, funny story. This is how times have changed also. That original Romeo and Juliet, that one that you're talking about, my teacher showed us that in 6th grade. And as you know, that there are boobies in that movie. So imagine a classroom full of 6th graders, and here's this nude scene. He would be fired today. He would be fired immediately.
So I had a teacher show us Maximum Overdrive in class.
What
I have no idea why, but
awesome. I want to be in that class. That sounds like a blast. Maximum Overdrive.
I think it was just she didn't feel like teaching for a couple of days. She put on Maximum Overdrive. We watched it over a couple. I don't know.
That's the moment Tim fell in love with movies.
Probably.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I'm glad. I thought nobody would like this movie because I know a lot of people hate this version of it.
I love that movie.
People like it.
movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
All right, I think I got through everybody, right? I'm trying to remember now that I bounced around so much.
I know
But
it's tough.
all right. What was that?
I said I know it's tough when you bounce around.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
All right, so I guess we're on to my choice. Another choice. I don't think everybody's gonna like this one, but I really liked it when I saw it. So I'm gonna go with Belfast. I don't know if anybody's seen that out there. So some people think this movie is really boring. Like even people in my theater, a couple of people walked out. But I really like this movie. If you can get past why are people laughing? What, Bub? Why are you laughing?
I didn't laugh.
It was me.
I haven't seen it.
Brian, why are you laughing at my choice here?
I
Was
just-
this not
I
another
don't-
good choice?
Bob.
I don't understand why you pay money to go see the movie. Even if you don't like the movie, watch the whole movie because something may change by the end. I've never walked out of a movie. And I can name 3 bad movies that I wanted to walk out of, but I never did. I stayed and finished them. I paid for
Well, a
them.
lot of movies have sometimes the last 10 minutes, people will say that made up for the entire movie.
Yeah.
So I will say though, if I had one of the passes, like AMC pass or something like that, if time is precious and if I was hating it like halfway point, I'd probably bail, to be honest. I've shut off movies here at that point because I'm not paying for it. I'm paying for the pass. But if I'm paying for a full ticket, yeah, I'm going to stay.
We walked out of Zoolander when I was a kid. My family took us out of that.
Zoolander's great.
No, we walked out. I've never watched it since.
But I'm with Ryan though. If I took the time to go to the movies to see something, go to the theater to see something, I'm gonna finish it because you never know what could have happened by the end. If at the end it wasn't a good movie, then oh well, it wasn't a good movie. But
if the movie got better in the second half, but I fucking hated the first half, at best that's a movie I'll never watch again anyways. So I don't feel like I missed anything unless it's some drama movie and everyone gets in a big gunfight and kills everyone. I'm like, damn, I missed that. But
Fish, the one movie I think of is, I think you watched it. It was Hunter x Hunter, right? You watched? Yeah. Like there was ever a movie I would have shut off. It was that, because for the first hour, 20 minutes, it is the most boring movie. Nothing happens. And then the last 10 minutes will absolutely blow your entire mind.
I really liked it. I really liked Hunter x Hunter. I mean, even like the boring stuff. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Helped build the tension.
Will blow your face.
Yeah.
I don't know if 10 minutes can make up for an hour or something of boredom though for me.
Oh my God, I was bored out.
I don't think it can.
And nowadays we have the luxury of kind of getting a little bit of crowdsourcing before you go see a movie. So I mean, back before the internet and this whole thing, everybody talking like this, you had to go pay to go see it. Now you can kind of get an insight and decide if you want to go see it and risk walking out. So it's a little bit easier today. I think you can be a little bit more choosy, but back in the day,
before I see a movie, like I don't even watch trailers anymore. I was telling Tim. And not only that, I like when people put out reviews, like if any of you guys put out a review of a movie I haven't seen, I won't watch it until after I see the movie. Because I like to form my I want to form my own opinion without somebody else giving me theirs. Like I want to have my own opinion and not go into it hearing what you thought about it. I just want to go into it forming my own. So like
and I'm not necessarily talking like reviews, but if you can kind of hear rumblings of like somebody said something about Skinamarink. 1, I hate horror. 2, I heard nothing but bad things about Skinamarink, even though I know people loved it. But I just heard the same thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad."
It's my least favorite film of all time.
It passed Dunkirk for him.
Yeah. Oh, I will watch Dunkirk 3 times before Skinamarink. I will. Oh my gosh, I will dance to Dunkirk before Skinamarink again.
Put the soundtrack on, Tim.
That LP is an actual movie. It's a movie,
So now I haven't seen Skinamarink, but now I feel like I have to.
The damn
everything I've heard about it, I can't subject myself to it.
The damn soundtrack of Dunkirk draws out everything else in Dunkirk. It's so loud.
I love Dunkirk.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
I love
Mike, we'll have to agree on that one. We'll always stick together.
All right, back to talking about Belfast, because I feel like I finished talking about this movie. So, all right, let me go back to Belfast here. Anyway, it's a great movie. It's filmed in black and white for the most part, but my favorite scenes are when the kid is at the movie theaters and then he sees the movies in color. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's just super overjoyed by the movies. And I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. And I'm sure everybody else can out there in the audience. So I love those moments in the movie. It's like the war going on in Ireland. You can see how that's kind of tearing people apart. And then they're going to go ahead and move. And they're kind of afraid about moving, some of them. And they're like, oh, what if they don't understand me? And then I think it's the grandpa, right? Says, well, if they don't understand you, they're not listening. And I really love that line from the movie. So I think it's a great coming of age story. But if you haven't seen Belfast, I wouldn't say it's for everybody, but I really liked it. Did you guys like this one, by the way?
I didn't see it.
I haven't seen it.
None of you guys have seen that one?
I've seen
No,
Jojo
I was
Rabbit.
gonna watch it for last year, but last year's Oscar lineup kind of was disappointing, so I didn't even, I don't know, bother, I guess.
I don't know. I just had to look up Skinamarink, though, and it sounds like it's boring. People are saying
it
very
is
boring.
It is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If I hear rumblings like that, I'm not going to go spend $13, waste gas to go drive to the theater.
There's nothing even to look at. That's the problem. Like Dunkirk, I don't like, but there's pretty images on the screen.
The shots are
in Marink, there's not even images.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, it's bad. It's oh my god. There's YouTube fan films that are like 100 times way better.
Dunkirk or that more than Dunkirk or La La Land. Must be.
Oh, I love La La Land. I'll take La La Land.
Or Anna and the Apocalypse.
That was
God, that movie was awful.
What, Brian?
I had to get riled up. I already got rid of my copy. I sent it off to somebody from one of my live streams. That movie, God, that was the other movie. If I was in a theater, I would have walked out of, but I didn't.
Like Tim said, that's the joy of film. Is that?
Yeah.
I said what Ryan like that, but it's fun. And I mean, speaking of people walking out, when I saw now this one, I kind of understand, but when I saw the remake of Last House on the Left, there was quite a few people that walked out and never came back into our theater for that one.
I mean, that's a rough movie, though.
Yeah, for sure. But don't you know what you're going into? What do you expect? It's a rape revenge movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought it was about realty.
Alex saying Shia LaBeouf nails it in many movies. True Confessions, a Disney Channel original, had me in tears. I haven't seen that one.
Shia did a lot of Disney stuff. I liked his stuff at that time, too.
Yo, Alexander's got me cracking up with his.
Oh, which one? Which one from Alex? Let's see.
No, film your AC.
Wait, the last one? Oh, this one. Film your AC vent for 12 seconds. Film your floor for 20 seconds. Mix in some sound, distorted, mumbled conversations from the other room. That's correct. Yes, that's what it is. That is what it is. I'm serious. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Tim's intrigued.
Sounds terrible.
Tim's intrigued.
That sounds pretty bad.
Ryan, why was it your favorite movie then of last year?
What? And then what was my favorite movie of last
No,
year?
why was Skinamarink your favorite movie of last year?
No, it was not. I'm not even going to watch it. Like, one, it's horror, but two, I heard nothing but bad things. And I think everybody I've seen on Instagram, with the exception of one person, gave it like 1.5 or less stars.
I got a couple.
I've seen somebody give it 4, and they said it was the best, most innovative horror movie they've seen in forever. I was like, you are on crap.
We got a lot of people that have given it 3 stars. We're going to do a watch on Mike's channel for that movie.
Gosh, such a tough watch. I'm thinking of all the movies I hate, and I'm like, I'd watch all those like 10 times over Skinamarink. Like Halloween Ends, give me 10 times over Skinamarink.
Nick, you can announce your announcement, into streaming with a watch along of Skinamarink.
Oh God. I'm telling you, everybody that gets through Skinamarink deserves like an award of some sort, like a patient award.
Fish wasn't smiling at that. Never mind.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't.
I said you can.
I zoned out for a second.
I said you could, make an announcement. Hey, my first stream ever is going to be a watch along for Skinamarink.
Yeah, right. That's weird that you said that, because that just popped in my head too. not gonna happen.
All right, we got Gus in the chat saying hello. Yeah, but
we are very chatty tonight.
Alex saying, wow, hand me my long sword. What does that mean? Is that for
It's
Romeo
from
and Juliet?
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
Okay. See, I still haven't seen that version of that one. All right. Let's see, Alex saying, I love that they go on a drug-fueled night out on the town. Is that in Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Mika loves that still, but great film. One of my favorites from Baz Luhrmann. My favorite scene is the fish tank scene.
The first time they meet and they see each other through the fish tank, it was really well done.
Beautiful,
All
beautiful.
these comments about Skinamarink have sold me. I got to check this out.
Oh my gosh. Like, I
I-
feel like every time we say something bad about it, it sells more people on seeing it. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
I mean,
not the
Oh,
point.
yeah.
That's
That's
what
not
happens.
the point.
People want
My
to
first
save
thought
your
is it can't be.
time.
My first thought is it can't be that bad.
It is. I'm telling you, it is. Like, I can't even spoil the movie for you because there's nothing to spoil. Like, I don't know. Like, it's what do you want me to say with it? I don't.
Tim, are you intrigued by this movie at all?
No, not in the slightest.
No.
Not even kinda.
Tim's time is too valuable. Okay.
Yes, seriously. We only
Fish,
have
we
so
don't
much
value
time.
time that much. We'll watch
Wasting it
three
on that.
movies. Maybe we'll have to check it out, Fish.
Well, I need movies to put in
I
my
don't know, I
10
don't
worst
know.
list at the end of the year.
I'm right there with Tim. I got so much other stuff I gotta behind me. I gotta watch.
Look,
first.
So I need movies to put in my 10 worst of the year. So
I like this idea right here, though.
There
I
you
like
go.
this idea from Hall & Oates. Yeah, I gotta watch Skinamarink now and Licorice Pizza. Yes, in that order, because then you'll know Licorice Pizza is a masterpiece after you go through Skinamarink
I
first.
say we get
yeah.
Helen on for a watch along with that. You know, I texted a buddy of mine when I was watching a really bad movie from Unearthed Films, and he's like, "Why do you watch crap like that, knowing like it's gonna be terrible when you've got movie classics you haven't seen?" And I was like, "We all find ourselves watching crappy movies, even knowing it's gonna be crappy."
Sometimes you got to just break it up.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch crap. If I can.
I watch
Oh,
so
no.
much crap.
If I could have shut that stupid jailbait movie off yesterday, I would have. It was terrible. If I wasn't watching it for a stream, that sucker would have been shut off.
That's
so
where
quick.
Licorice Pizza got the plot from Jailbait.
Oh my god.
All right.
Del, did you watch movies yesterday preparing for the chat in the stream?
No, actually, I didn't.
It's just fun to be in the streams, in the
Yeah.
chat.
No one could prepare for tonight. The night has been wild.
We've been all over the place.
Yes.
Cocaine out the gate.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're on to our first coming of age movie. So let's go with Ryan. What do we got?
There are a ton of great movies. I mean, I've still got 10, 11 over here on my side, but a movie I put
There's
off for a
stuff you didn't
long
mention.
time. Yeah. A movie I put off for a long time because I thought I was too old to watch it. And I went back and watched it, and this is probably one of my top 25 favorite movies. And I mean, this is probably one of the ultimate coming. I'm sorry, Perks of Being a Wallflower. Emma Watson, so hot. But so basically, it's about a freshman in high school that befriends these two seniors and their brother and sister and all that good stuff. And he starts learning about drugs and life and where he might be going, and it's troublesome. And this is just a very beautifully done movie, and the script in it's great. The cinematography is great, and you really get to see a kid go through everything, all the emotions, all the growing up in a very short period of time. Great movie. Perks of Being a Wallflower. I'm sorry, Bob.
No, that is a good movie, though. I really like that movie.
And have you read the book, Ryan, with that one?
No, I haven't. I don't read much. I don't read well.
Yeah.
I don't have time
All
to read. I got to watch the movie, man.
Yeah, me. Hey, I'm the same way too. Yeah, I will not read the books. I'm like, I will watch the movie. 2 hours,
A lot
in and
shorter.
out. I'm good. All right, Fish. What do we got?
Okay. This one has a great female cast. I love this movie so much. The soundtrack is amazing as well. Oh God, I can't remember when this came out. 90. Stars Cher, Winona Ryder, and Christina Ricci.
Oh,
I freaking love mermaids. I love mermaids. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
Is that Olive?
Yeah, it's an Olive Films release. Yeah. So, story about, a young lady and a really, really, really eccentric mother. And she's trying to, I don't know, I guess you would say balance her out in her actions. But yeah, she's trying to learn how to live life in the 60s. But yeah, I love this movie. It's fantastic. Christina Ricci, one of her first roles, if not her first role. I think it might be introducing. But yeah. Great movie if you've never seen Mermaids.
I've not, but now I want to get
Rider's
it. You
great.
picked some really cool stuff tonight.
Thank you. I was trying to think outside the box. I was like, I could go with Goonies. It was one of my favorites as a kid, always. But I wanted to venture out. And yeah,
I looked up some like top coming of age movie list, and I think Mermaids was on like the top 50, the top 30, and the top 25 of all three of the ones I looked at, and they were drastically different lists.
Fish, you could just drop that mic.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one either. I need to
Oh,
check it out.
fantastic! Great soundtrack as well. If you like music and you like 60s music, you'll really like that one too.
All right, and I was just looking up some information, okay, on Romeo and Juliet here, because you guys were saying they were both 15. Apparently, Juliet is 13, and Romeo, they're guessing between anywhere from like 16 to 21. So that's what I was able to find. But it says no specified age.
We are riding real hard for Licorice Pizza over there.
Well, legal, technically, but 16 and 26 is not legal.
Well, I'm just saying Romeo could be 20, 18. We don't know. That's all I'm saying. They weren't both.
Okay, here we go.
go.
In Shakespeare's original story, Romeo is given the age of 16 while Juliet is given the age of 13.
All right.
Of course, this was written in the 1800s.
Mike's trying to make Licorice Pizza.
No, it's got to be
good.
1500s because
Yeah, that's
Or
way
15
older.
or 15, yeah, like 1583.
I was just
or
saying,
something
I
like
knew
that.
they weren't the same age. I just knew that.
But again, your life
That's
expectancy in the
when you're
1500s was like 27. So
Fair enough.
they were
most
middle
people
aged.
had kids by like 14.
So
Mike, you think Licorice Pizza is romantic. That's all that matters.
It's a hopeless romantic story. What do you mean? It totally is it not? Or
I don't
it could
even like
just
the
be
kid in that.
You could think it's just friendship, actually. By
I don't
that.
even like the guy in that movie, the one who plays the
Valentine.
Yeah,
He's an entrepreneur. He's doing his own business. I mean, he got like a pinball arcade. I mean, he's trying out there. He's hustling, man.
And you were correct, Fish. That was Christina Ricci's first actual full movie.
sweet. Yeah, she's great in it. She's great. Yeah.
She's great in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she is.
yeah.
She went from that to like shortly thereafter Addams Family. Yeah, so
All right, Del. What do we got for a choice?
All right, so this movie is it's a family favorite of mine. You put it on, I can quote this movie from beginning to end. I try not to do it in case Bob is listening. I don't want him to come after me for talking during the movie. But like I said, but yeah, I watched this movie a lot. I've seen it a lot. I saw it back in the theaters and then introduced my kids to it when they got to be teenagers, and we've all watched it. I don't know how many times together, but it is Friday.
Oh yeah.
And definitely Ice Cube's character Craig definitely learned some things by the end of the movie, as Pops tells him. Smokey maybe not so much over here, but Craig definitely does.
Yo,
Man, my grandma gave me that chain.
I thought
Exactly.
you were definitely pulling Boys in the Hood. Wow.
Oh no, I love Boys in the Hood, but this one I watch all the time.
I can't do that version, Del. I can't do the director's cut. I gotta have the theatrical. I can't.
I'm with you. Actually, I have the director's cut over there, but I want to present a Blu-ray. But I
hear you, but I can't do it. I can't watch that version.
I watch the theatrical though.
I've never seen any of the Friday movies, but I have the first and second. I know the third's not on Blu-ray, But everybody says I cannot start with the Blu-ray I have because it's only the director's cut. So should I?
Yeah, definitely see the theatrical cut.
That's only on DVD. Yeah.
I bought this Blu-ray and I'm not even gonna watch it.
And they've got a DVD 3-pack where it's got all 3 movies in it too. So if you can find that, it's win-win all around.
Yeah. Goes out.
All right, Bob. What do we got?
I got the same right here. Perks of Being
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
I love this movie more than Ryan. Absolutely, it is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Logan Lerman is one of my favorite actors. I thought Ezra Miller was great, and then he got into some weird shit. Emma Watson, I second what Ryan said. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning. Talk about redheads. Yeah, honestly, like speaking of Perks, Peanut Butter Falcon, like this is just same thing. It's incredible. Makes me actually. I was telling Fish like there's a couple of movies I'll turn to like if I had a bad day or I need like just to put on a movie that's going to make me feel better, that's going to comfort me. I was telling him this is one of them, and he's like, Perks of Being a Wallflower, there's some really heavy topics. And I was like, yeah, but it's like my comfort movie. And I feel like everybody's got a different version of what comfort is to them. But this movie is just something I could always turn to. And if I were to ever get a tattoo, it might be a quote from this movie, but I probably will never get a tattoo. But seriously, I love the ending of this movie. I love everything about this movie. It's just perfect.
The presence and all that tied it up really well. She was listening.
I'm surprised you guys matched your first place choices on that one. First match of the night.
Perks of Being a Wallflower, Fish and Dell were just wrong, but that's okay.
I thought you were joking at first, Bob. Like when you pulled that, I thought you were like just pulling it to match Ryan. I'm like, okay, now Bob's gonna pull something else.
No,
I'm
I
like, oh, okay, I got you.
I kind of thought he would pull that.
Fish and Dell, I'm only kidding. Obviously, I'm just poking fun here.
All right, Tim, you got Perks of Being a Wallflower?
No. So we didn't pull a lot of like killer stuff. Like holy crap. So one that would be my number one if I considered a coming of age. I don't, but it's on a shit ton of lists. Ferris Bueller would have been because this is one of my favorite movies in general. I freaking love Ferris Bueller. I've seen it so many times. But Ferris doesn't learn not a thing by the end of the movie. He's the same person at the start, same person at the end. I guess you could throw it in coming of age because Cameron learned stuff, but Ferris is the same lax, half-assed person he was in the start. But I love his character. So that's why I'm not picking this. I don't really see the coming of age as much with that one. So how about Karate Kid? No one.
Yeah.
I was shocked no one picked Karate Kid. Daniel learns a lot in this movie. The whole trilogy, great movies. I'm cheating in all 3 as one pick, but I love these movies. They're so good, and these 4Ks are great. For whoever hasn't seen Karate Kid, if there's one person out there, you have to check this series out. So fucking good.
So you know what, Tim? Like how I got up and got so many movies. Karate Kid was just one. When I think of Karate Kid, I think of like drama / which I understand. For me, going into this stream, I originally was trying to pick stuff like that, in my opinion, just stands out above everything else, like Stand By Me, where there's just no question that is the definition of coming of age, like Perks of Being a Wallflower. So Karate Kid, I just think of like bullying. I didn't think to pull it because that's one of my favorite, like easily top 50 favorite films of all time. That would have 100% been in my top 5, along with a few others that I grabbed. I just didn't think to pull that. Like I'm sure if anybody else had that issue.
If it was more about him just learning karate, but he learns a lot about himself as a person. He grows throughout the movies, not just the karate aspect. So that's why I was like, I was kind of saving that. Like someone else is going to pull Karate Kid, and no one did.
Yeah, that would have probably been my number.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, that's
he comes into town, bullies, the kids. He tries to steal the one's woman. He does an illegal kick at the end.
Yeah,
definitely illegal.
Illegal kick.
Definitely illegal.
Can we just
William Zabka is the Karate Kid.
Really beautiful Elizabeth Shue was in 1980s. Oh my
My favorite thing, Ryan, is how it's like the entire state of California, all the highways were just clogged with people going to this local karate tournament.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, and I'm saying boat with Bob. I looked at Karate Kid several times, but it doesn't come as a coming of age movie to me at first. But you're correct; he completely has a learning arc and everything in it, and it is. It really deep down is.
Honestly, and it. So we did the stream on Vin's channel with the romantic stream, and we were all discussing that like the same way. We were like, "Is this a love story? Are we pulling rom-coms?" And we were all battling with that. And I tried to stick with like hard, this is romantic. And for me, I was trying my best to stick with this is only coming of age. Like there's no question about it. So that was kind of what I went with here. My honorable mentions are the other stuff like Karate Kid would be, but that would have been in my top 5 if I was thinking that, Tim.
Yeah, I was thinking the Karate Kid movie ripoff that Bob, you gave an amazing recommendation on, Showdown. I was almost considering Showdown because it's so good and the character does learn a lot in the movie. But no, I left it off. But if you love Karate Kid people out there, Showdown is so good.
Yeah, Showdown's fun.
Oh, see, Dell had it. Dell got the Karate Kid.
That remake though doesn't hold a candle to the original.
But it's still good.
It is still good.
It's just because the original is that.
I just
good.
think Jaden Smith is that bad as an actor.
I thought he was serviceable for the role.
Now later on in like After Earth, he was horrible.
Oh,
but for
terrible.
Karate Kid, I thought he was pretty good, and I think what really saved the movie was Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
was
Oh,
amazing.
Jackie Chan's great. Yeah. I just didn't. I think they were too young for me. Like they wanted to make him younger. I actually like the high school role of it.
Yeah.
Better.
They were in a no-win though. You can't remake Karate Kid and think.
No, you're right. That's why I hope they never touch like Back to the Future and so many others. But it's inevitable. Everything gets touched eventually, like remade, and it's disappointing because some stuff should just be left alone. Now I know, Tim, you're like, hey, remake all the movies you want.
I mean, even if I hated the Karate Kid remake, I would have no ill feelings on it being made. Like,
and you're okay with them remaking Back to the Future?
I am.
Yeah, I mean, if it sucks, it sucks. Whatever. I mean, the original doesn't go away. Like Ghostbusters 2016 is a piece of trash, but it doesn't harm how amazing the first movie is. So I don't care.
All right. So on to my first place choice here. I guess going off of, Bob was talking about comfort movies. So this movie definitely falls in line with this. And then Tim was talking some John Hughes. So I'm going to have to pull a John Hughes written title here. One of my favorite comedies of all time. And that's going to be Career Opportunities. Yes. Amazing movie. If you have not seen this yet, absolutely see it. I mean, you got Jennifer Connelly riding like a horse, and it's tons of fun. But the movie is great. Okay, it's hilarious. Like what they're able to do with just this guy being stuck in Target with Jennifer Connelly. It's just so much funny moments. Like he's literally walking down the aisle and like pulls out a piece of candy, like sticks it in his mouth, and then puts it back real quick. But in the moment of the movie, it's just so unexpected and absolutely hilarious. But he finds out from Jennifer Connelly, he's like the town liar. And so he basically kind of has to redeem himself by the end and become like the hero and all that. Them working together, fighting off people breaking into Target. So I think it's a really fun movie. Nobody ever talks about this one. Very underrated. To me, it's one of John Hughes' best written movies. So I love Career Opportunities. And you get an awesome scene with John Candy in here. Oh, John Candy's moment is hilarious. It's so funny.
How old was she in that
Uncle
movie?
Buck.
She was pretty.
I forgot
young.
Uncle Buck.
Mike's all for young women tonight.
You said Jennifer Connelly and writing in the same sentence, and I immediately went to think of Requiem of a Dream.
Yeah, she's riding like on the
horse. She's not riding a horse in Requiem for a Dream, Mike. Trust me.
Like, does anybody have any
white horse, Ryan? She's riding the white horse, maybe.
I'm pretty sure that those two, the robbers in that movie, like there's some implied scenes in that. Oh geez, Career Opportunities.
That movie is great. I love that. Have you guys all seen it?
I haven't.
I bought it. I bought it at the last Kino sale, and I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I still need to upgrade. I have it. It's just a DVD.
We
It's
really
fun.
need a top 5 John Hughes. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I've been waiting to do that stream forever. I'm like, wait, I got to find my John Hughes fans first, though. So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody's a John Hughes fan, so you can't go wrong with that.
All right, let's check in on the chat, and then we'll get the honorable mentions here real quick. Let's see. Mika saying, I still have to watch Skinamarink. Bet you I would like it. Good luck, Mika. All right. Mika saying, great pick, Ryan. Love Perks of Being a Wallflower. The novel is great as well. They did a good job with the film adaptation.
I heard it's probably one of the better book to film adaptations out there. So
Mika saying, Fish is picking all my hits. Mermaids is such a great film. Cher, Winona Ryder, Christina Ricci, Kira, and I watch this one often. Cher is so underrated as an actor. Another great performance.
Hasn't Cher won an Oscar or several?
Moonstruck.
I think for Moonstruck, yeah.
I like the variety in everyone's picks, except for I picked some of the most generic stuff imaginable.
Oh no, you pick some of this. Yeah, some of the stuff that I would have
At
actually.
least your picks
Well,
aren't
but I was
controversial.
wanting to think outside. I was like,
Generic or not, though.
I didn't know
like,
I had the controversial picks of the night, but
generic or not, it's what you love. Like, I don't see that as generic. I see that as it's what you love, so you're gonna
Right.
do
Good
it.
movies, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish-
top 5. It's close to your heart.
I wish Ferris learned something in this movie, so I could
he
have.
doesn't need to. He's awesome at the beginning and he's awesome at the end.
He's
It's
great, but
perfect.
there's no lessons learned at all for Ferris.
Well, but that's okay. Like you said, Cameron does enough
Yeah,
learning
so
for
yeah.
everybody. So
I would have
it
been
works
okay with you picking it just for Cameron because it's his coming of age.
yeah.
Ferris, I've said this before. Ferris is the villain, so
That's funny.
All right, let's see. We got Mika saying Friday, yes, awesome, great comedy. Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, Just Magic. I like the sequel as well. Next Friday is really cool. That's like my hometown that next Friday's on. So Rancho Cucamonga.
and Chokamungus.
All right, Alex saying number 5 would be Jennifer's Bodies.
Jennifer's Body.
4, The
Outsiders.
Outsiders. 3, High School Musical. 2, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Right.
And number 1, American Pie are my picks.
there you go, Bob. There's your American Pie.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, if it was
I
raunchy
got
comedy,
your
I'd
American Pie.
definitely
Don't
put
worry
American
about
Pie.
I forgot
American
about
Pie's
Nick
so
and Nora's
good.
Infinite Playlist.
Why not just a raunchy comedy stream? There you go.
Who said Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist? Somebody in the chat?
Yeah, Alex said it. Yeah,
Oh man, dude, I'm
Mhm.
telling you, Alex got good taste over here.
he does. My mom's saying, "What about Grease?" I have that in an honorable mention. So yeah.
I got
Let's
a
see.
friend of mine who would give the world for the actress in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Kat Dennings.
Yes.
He is
Yeah.
over heels in love with that actress.
Yeah, there's one particular reason a lot of people like Kat Dennings. Two
WandaVision
reasons.
when she's in the circus
You-
outfit. Yes.
Fucking titties over here again, just without saying it.
Gus over here. I don't know if I want to watch Skin My Ring.
My rink.
Risky is good.
Yep. Hard copy blues with the risky business. Mhm.
I'm cracking
Alex saying Kat Dennings is yummy indeed. Ha ha ha.
Tim,
All in Oats, Tim, you pervert.
His code breaker right there is my buddy who was in love with her, and he agrees she's yummy. That's his girl.
I got a dirty look. We were watching WandaVision, me and my girlfriend, and when she came on screen, she's wearing the circus outfit, and it was skin tight. I went, "Oh my!" And my girlfriend looked at me, and I was like, "I'm in trouble." God, she's so hot.
Who? Which one? Elizabeth
Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings. Okay. Yeah, you were talking about WandaVision, so
Oh
All right,
yeah,
so-
Elizabeth Olsen's hot too.
that could get you in real trouble if you're watching that with your girlfriend, Elizabeth Olsen. Oh yeah, that's trouble.
All right, so let's talk some honorable mentions. We'll just kind of fly through these. Anything anybody hasn't mentioned. So, Tim, what do you got for
I'm
honorable?
not flying through mine. I'm going to take my
All
time.
right. Try to make this super quick. I know
You
this
do
is
you, Bob.
Anybody got to work in the morning?
Jesus. so I know this is movies, but I did pull.
Boy Meets
As a
World.
kid, I learned a lot from this show and these characters.
This is movies, damn it. Tim.
Shut your mouth. This is an amazing show.
It
But
is. I
seriously,
love Boy Meets World.
I know it's a movie one, but when it comes to coming of age, Corey, Topanga, there's so much learning, growing. And this taught me as a younger kid, like shows don't cover the life lessons that this did anymore. But otherwise, the Leica movies also go deep into coming of age. How the hell did no one pick Sandlot, including me? Florida Project, Dirty Dancing, love this movie. No one here has probably heard of this, but I grew up a skateboarder, really like that one. And To Kill a Mockingbird, fantastic movie.
Yeah, see, like Dirty Dancing comes to mind. I don't think of coming of age. I think of
Aren't they
Yeah,
like
definitely.
55 and 14 in that movie?
There's an age gap.
Damn, he's coming after you, Tim. You hypocrite.
There's an age gap, yeah.
Is she legal though?
She graduated high
Baby
school.
in
She's
the
going
corner.
off to college.
Yeah.
Is
There
she
you go.
like 17, maybe 18? So same thing as Licorice Pizza,
She
but
could be a savant and be
but
like
Patrick
12 and be
Swayze's
going to
older.
college.
So
She
y'all
could be a Doogie
have
Howser.
like, but Tim's pulling something that's even got an older man going after a younger woman. And
Dirty
Tim's-
Dancing is amazing.
It is.
It is. Absolutely.
Nobody's ever talked about the age gap in that one.
Yeah, and you see a lot more with the Dirty Dancing in there. I mean, that's getting physical right there. So
Because she graduated high school. She's out of school. She's grown. She's going off to college.
Speaking of age gap,
I'm trying to help you out, Tim. I love that movie. I love that movie.
I
see
love
nothing
Dirty
wrong with it.
Dancing. What's the age gap in Flashdance? There's got to be an age gap there too, but she's got to be an adult in that one.
She's in college, I think.
Yeah, I love Jennifer Beals either way. That Flashdance is awesome. That could be coming of age.
all right, Bob, what do we got?
All right, I got a stack. Okay. All right, so let's
Why'd you whisper that? You're like, I got a stack.
let me start with the movies I don't own. All right, so nope, that's a GIF I sent to my buddy of Kat Dennings. All right, The Edge of 17 is pretty good. The First Time with Dylan O'Brien and Britt Robertson. When I watched that movie, I was just out of high school, so like that movie was just at a perfect time in my life, and I still love that movie. It takes place over the course of a weekend, and that's it. Paper Towns is good. Stand By Me, of course. And anybody who hasn't seen A Bronx Tale with Robert De Niro directed that, and it's remarkable. It's an excellent movie nobody ever talks about. This was going to be my number 3. It is The Cure. I love this movie. Tim, have you watched it yet?
No, I have to get to your recommendations. You've been
Shut
getting
up,
to mine.
Tim. Go watch it after the stream. All right. So The Cure. After that, we got American Pie with the sock.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that is yep. American Pie 2 is also awesome. I absolutely love this movie, but couldn't pull it because it's a raunchy comedy. But easily the most attractive woman you will ever see in a movie was Alicia Cuthbert in The Girl Next Door, and it's not even comparable. This was just nostalgic to me because I remember seeing this in theaters. I was in high school when I saw it, but this is a fun movie. Never Back Down. And I already said Stand By Me. I own that with the slipcover. And American Pie 4-pack. So they end up coming of age in this one. So we're good. We got to see the growth.
I'm just laughing at Gus's comment over here. She got prepared for college.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Hilarious.
Is serial rapist a coming of age? God said.
All right, Del. What do we
All right,
got?
I got a pretty tall stack. I'm gonna try to get through them pretty quick. First one, we've been talking about age. This one is a bunch of 30-year-olds playing 16. It's Grease.
Wow, that is. I got the sock. You got the jacket.
There you go. Yep,
Tell
exactly.
me more, tell me more.
One now, some of these movies, if I were just going to straightforward an actual top 5, some of these movies would really be in the top 5 for me. This one will almost certainly be Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Another criterion is a Spanish language movie, Y Tu Mama Tambien. If you haven't seen this one, really check it out. We're talking age again. A couple of high school kids go on a road trip, and they happen to take along this older woman with them.
This stream turned from coming of age to adults and kids dating.
Pretty much. Pariah, another Criterion movie.
Oh, Dee Reese.
Yeah, it's a great movie. She's a lesbian, but she hasn't come out to her family yet, and she's still in high school, and her mom is hyper religious. So you can imagine the back and forth they have in the movie.
We really need Mudbound on Blu-ray.
Mudbound is amazing. Mudbound's an amazing movie. Get a couple more superheroes in here. I'm gonna go with Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2. Kick-Ass is for the main characters, his coming of age, and Kick-Ass 2 is more for Hit Girl, her coming of age.
Hell yes. And screw Jim Carrey because he bashed that movie after he made it.
Yeah, he did, but I really enjoyed it. I really like that movie.
I
We mentioned Leon the Professional, great one. Heathers,
Yes.
had to show up the Steelbook there. Boys in the Hood, Moonlight, another amazing movie, but this is pretty tough watch.
I'm still sore at it though over La La Land. The La La Land fan in me can't go for Moonlight.
You mean Blah Blah Bland? That one?
Oh, dude! Oh, ouch!
Hell is coming for everyone tonight.
I got to do it. Roll Bounce, a movie not a lot of people talk about, but it's a
Is
fun
that
movie.
Bow Wow and Nick
Bow
Cannon?
Wow.
That is Bow Wow, Nick Cannon, but he's only in it for like 5
Okay.
minutes, 10 minutes.
They just they had to pay him to use his name on the front cover.
Pretty much, it's coming in handy now. He's got a lot of child support to pay.
He filmed that movie and had 3 kids afterwards.
Pretty much. The Last American Virgin, I need to upgrade.
Is that the one that just came out from MVD?
Yeah, that is the one. The Hate You Give,
Oh
Great
my
movie.
God, I love that
powerful movie.
movie.
Another Spike Lee joint, Clockers. And finally, one that I don't know how this has gone under the radar as much as it has. Maybe people hate it and I just don't know it, but Good Boys.
Great
funny.
choice. I liked it.
Yeah,
Very funny.
I'm so glad he pulled The Hate You Give. That movie just hit me like a ton of bricks when I watched that. Man, that opened up my eyes.
Yeah, I still need to watch that off your recommendation there, Bob.
Powerful movie, man.
Yep.
I can't believe you didn't pull. I'll wait to see if you pull it as an honorable mention, but I am dumbfounded you didn't pull Blank. We'll see if you
Blank.
Yeah.
You better pull Blank.
Go ahead. We'll see if you pull it as an honorable mention. Pressure.
Were you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
No pressure.
okay.
No-
Well, I've
no
actually got a little. I've got a nice little stack here.
And you didn't even pull it as a coming of age.
So, I mean, I've got so many, and then I was going back and forth about them, but then I started putting stuff up. But we already talked about The Professional, of course. There, Heathers. I love this pin. It's a limited edition, 15,000 made, so I love that. So it's a DVD. I don't know if anybody ever talks about this movie, but I don't see anybody ever talk about this. But I love Riding in Cars with Boys with Drew Barrymore. Very great coming of age movie. Steve Zahn, Brittany Murphy's in here, Sarah Gilbert, James Woods, Lorraine Bracco. Great cast. Wonderful, wonderful movie.
Needs a Blu-ray.
Yes.
Bad.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I've had that DVD since that came out originally. So yeah. Stand and Deliver and Lean on Me.
Oh, dude. Both
I
of
forgot
them.
about Lean on Me. I have it. I should have picked it.
Stand and Deliver though. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was going more for the Stand and Deliver on this one because it's more about the students on this one. This one, Lean on Me, more about Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman's character, but
They're
the
both-
students. But Stand and Deliver, fantastic movie. Yeah.
Both good movies.
Love Simon.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, let me go grab that.
License to Drive.
Can't go wrong with Corey's.
Yes. Days of Confused. This
Yeah,
is the DVD.
One fish.
I need to upgrade this. The 4K just came out. I'm waiting for the Criterion sale, and then I will upgrade this DVD. Let's see. I don't know if I love Pleasantville.
Great choice.
This
Yeah,
is
great
more about
choice.
Reese Witherspoon's growth for me in this movie. She goes from that snotty, spoiled, stuck up, and then she, turns her life around. So really, really enjoyed that one.
Check that out on Blu-ray because I know you recommended that one to me on my watch list. Pleasantville.
Yes, love Pleasantville. That's fantastic. Just the black and white and the colorization. I love that movie. It's so good.
Fish, who put it out on Blu-ray?
Do what?
Who put it out on Blu-ray?
It is New
think it's
Line.
Just a
Okay.
standard studio release.
Yeah, standard New Line. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in print, I think, too.
Yes, I got that. I think I got that at the Target buy two get one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's sold
Or
out.
buy one get one. But Juno, I love Juno.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Love Juno. Of course, we're going. Here we go with the reversal here. Older woman, younger man. Big. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. Tom Hanks is fantastic in this. Very, very great. He taps into the youth of that, very, very well. Can't Buy Me Love.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. I love this movie. One of my favorites.
Hell yes. Love that movie.
Footloose, the original. The only one I've ever seen. I haven't seen the remakes.
Oh, see
I'm not
the remake.
a big fan of remakes,
I
but
honestly prefer I don't like the female character in that movie at all.
Lori Singer.
I
Yeah. Dutch. If anybody's never seen Dutch. Thanksgiving movie, Ed O'Neill, Ethan Randall, but it's Ethan Embry from Can't Hardly Wait. But yeah, he's a spoiled rich kid. Thanksgiving, it's a road trip movie. Fantastic by the end. Complete turned around.
see that.
Sorry, spoilers. Don't tell mom babysitter's dead.
Yes. Really need a Blu-ray.
Yes, this does. I've got two more. Center Stage. Love this movie. So good. Young Zoe Saldana. Yeah, right there. One of her first roles. Really enjoyed this one. And lastly, Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Hell yeah.
Girls just want to have fun.
So, yeah, love that one. Helen Hunt, Sarah Jessica Parker.
That was
Fantastic.
Sarah
Love them.
Jessica Parker.
Timmy
before she
Timmy
had-
Lauper.
Sarah Jessica Parker before she had 12 plastic surgeries.
But I just realized, Footloose is another Sarah Jessica Parker movie.
Yeah, definitely see the remake of Footloose. That's in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So
Yeah.
highly recommend.
Damn, Cruel Intentions. Yeah, I wasn't gonna pull that because
Yeah,
I
great
don't.
choice there. Gosh.
I would have. I pulled it last week, but not only that, is that really like I think of those as like coming of age, I guess like more teenagers and younger instead of like college kids, is because they're already like adults at that point, technically. I don't know, young adults. So that's the thing with coming of age. It's such a subjective what you consider coming of age and what age and all that stuff.
I mean, Mike pulled Barb and Star, so
Yeah, I know. I was like, aren't they like 60 or 70?
They're like 40, okay.
Yes. All right. So Fish said Juno, so I'll go ahead and just say Whip It because Whip It is also a good coming of age movie.
Whip is
with
good.
it
Yeah.
real good.
I prefer Lady Bird over The Edge of 17. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
prefer it the other way around, but I like her.
I do
I can't
not
figure it
like Lady Bird.
I like it. That's one of those I forgot to pull. That's a good movie.
Got it.
Laurie
A movie-
Metcalf is great in that, though, as the mother.
Yes, Laurie
She's
Metcalf.
Oh, yeah.
Sells it for me. A movie I thought was really funny. I know a lot of
Oh,
people,
great
it's just the
choice.
female version of Superbad, but I like Booksmart. I thought it was just very well done.
I would give the world for Caitlin Dever. I adore her. She's a great actress too.
Yes.
And she
My
should have
one-
won. What is the Oscar thing you win for TV shows? Is that a
The Emmy.
yeah, she should have won for that TV show she was in.
We need like a women count for Bob. How many women Bob has mentioned?
And single, what do you want, Tim?
Just to celebrate Bob and his raunchy comedies, I picked up Sex Drive.
Oh, I love that.
That's fun.
Love this movie.
Nobody talk. That is one of the most underrated and underappreciated.
it's a fun one.
Oh,
Jojo
you're,
Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit, yeah.
you're hitting that heartstrings with Jojo Rabbit, though. That's,
Love this movie. Love this movie. We'll go with the first one. Easy A.
Nice.
oh,
very, very,
Emma
very-
Stone. Now that's my woman.
Emma
Emma
Stone.
Stone.
yes.
Who doesn't? Another redhead that's better looking than whoever they said earlier.
Emma Stone is actually not a true redhead.
No, she's blonde.
Okay, yeah, well, even better.
But then you got to have Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls.
Oh, I love the
With-
pink case.
Rachel
With-
McAdams,
Yes.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that pink case.
Lacey
Yeah.
Schaefer.
Apparently these are rare. I didn't realize that when I bought it. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
moving on to Criterion. Speaking of Christina Ricci and Tobey Maguire and who else is in this? Katie Holmes, and God, I can't read. So I told you this is why I don't read books. Anyway, coming of age story about basically 4 kids exploring their sexuality because Christina Ricci's a whore in this, and her parents are whores.
What was the movie called?
Hey, that's also a Thanksgiving movie.
Yes, it is a Thanksgiving movie. It's Ice Storm. So basically, what happens is this ice storm. They live in Connecticut, I think, and it's over the Thanksgiving weekend. And this ice storm's moving in, and the parents go to this key party. If you know what a key party is, it's where all the adults come in and they throw their keys in a bowl. They all get drunk and they just take somebody's keys home and they go home and have sex. But Christina Ricci's trying to seduce. I think, yeah, it's a key party.
Dear God.
You put everybody shows up at the party. You throw your car
no.
keys in there. Then the women go and take a car key out of there, and whoever's car keys they get, they go home with that guy. Swinger party.
I got the concept, but I'm like, what?
that movie could get made in 2023.
But then Christina Ricci is like trying to seduce Tobey Maguire in this. It's a really good movie. It's Ang Lee also. Ang Lee does awesome. Sofia Coppola's first movie, Virgin Suicides. Fantastic movie if you've never seen it.
And recommended to me.
Cher, Mask. If
Mask,
you've never seen
yes.
this, you
Yeah.
will cry.
Fantastic movie.
Yes. And then I said this as a joke in our private room chat for this thing. Leon the Professional, I made a joke. I said, it isn't really a coming age movie, but it is. I mean, Matilda learns a whole lot, and Leon really turns more into an adult by the end of the movie. But Leon's a great movie. One of my favorite animated movies, Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah, Big
Hero.
Hero 6.
Yeah, Hero learns a lot through this movie. Nobody said super bad. I mean, this is probably like one of the best early 2000s like coming of age movies. And finally, the original original Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire learns a lot. So, with great power comes great responsibility. So that's it.
Super bad. Speaking of cocaine, right, Ryan?
Yes. Cocaine. Hey, there's this party we got to go to. I know the guy.
It's like, you want to do some cocaine?
Hey, this is that one guy I told you about. It's his brother.
All right, let me fly through mine here because I know it's getting late for some people. So, speaking of a younger guy with an older lady, let's go with The Graduate. I'm surprised nobody pulled this one. I mean, great coming of age story.
Change the name of this stream to adult men and women and kids.
All right. Also, I picked Drop Dead Fred, even though Phoebe Cates' character is older, she's an adult. I mean, she has to go back and relive like kind of childhood stuff with her imaginary friend and all that good stuff. So I thought it counted.
Where's the slip?
Yeah, no, that's great.
I don't have the slipcover, okay, Bob. All right, I bought it from Amazon. I'm just happy if it comes in one piece from Amazon. Okay, that was the win.
I love that movie as a kid. I watched it as an adult, and I can't stand it. What's his name?
My first time
Fucking
seeing it was
annoying.
as an adult, and I
Is that
loved
Real
it.
Genius you're about to pull?
Yeah, Real Genius, of course. Young Val Kilmer, of course. Awesome movie. You guys were already mentioning the American Pie movies, but all 4 of them are great and add to the coming of age story. And so, yep. Ted, of course, you got to have Ted in here. I mean, Marky Mark over there learning to grow up instead of just being with his little stuffed bear the whole time. So, got to have some Ted.
He did, but I didn't pull it because he's an adult.
That's what I'm saying. Coming of age, I think of like high schoolers. So some people think of coming of age, they think of 50-year-old men.
He's like 50 in this. There's no way he's 50.
I'm just saying, you pulled Barbara Star like
He's like,
60-year-old women.
They were like 40, okay? All right.
You're
They're
the kid,
called young
kids.
adults in that one. All right. Well, anyway, you want your high schoolers. There's your Project X. There you go.
There you go.
What's
Very
next,
funny
Mike?
movie.
You're gonna pull Palms?
I'd never heard of that one. No. But I will pull Last Night in Soho. Great movie as well. Well, this is a young adult. Still counts as a coming of age story.
Is
And
that a
then
bootleg?
finishing. What was that?
Is that a bootleg? I've never seen that on Blu-ray.
It's from
That's-
Dollar
that's
Tree.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
no,
it. Yeah, that's I have that same one. Yeah, it's legit.
That's a
It's from
Blu-ray?
Dollar Tree for sure. Yeah.
Who put
I-
that out?
Yeah, I got it from Dollar
It's
Tree
just a
too.
studio release.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that it had a Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta check your Dollar Trees. And then of course finishing another title with a young guy and getting with older ladies, of course. We'll go with Catch Me If You Can, of course. I mean, Leo, he is getting some in this movie, but great movie. So he definitely learns a lot. But there you go. Those are my choices.
Very nice.
All right. So I'll give kind of everybody a chance to close out for their channel, promote anything that's happening out there. So Tim, you got a big stream coming up here soon, right?
Yeah, we really put this stream off the rails quite a bit. But yeah, Saturday night is a big, huge packed stream. What is it? 7, 8 people? I'm not going to name them all because I'll forget somebody. But it's a bunch of people. It's going to be great. It's about movies that we think we might be the biggest fan of. So it's not like, I wouldn't say Jurassic Park because there's way bigger Jurassic Park fans out there. It's more for maybe the smaller stuff, or if you really think you are the biggest fan of that property. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting seeing the stuff that people really love and their passion for it. Maybe show collectibles if they have it, different versions of the movie. So that's what I'm aiming for. It's 9 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. It's going to be a good time.
All right, Bob. Sorry
Yeah.
about you not having good stuff at the Dollar Trees.
Yeah,
What do you
no.
got going on?
Okay, so Wednesday I have episode 2 of Physical Media Collectors Hall of Fame. The guy in the corner down there, Dell, on movies, will be my next guest. And then the week after that, the following Wednesday, actually I'm going to be on Dell's channel that Tuesday as well, March 7th. March 8th, I'm going to be doing a stream where we talk all about physical media, prices, being a completist, number of spines, everything related to physical media and what we hope for the future. Tim will be on there, and
Yes.
a bunch of other great guests. I'm extremely excited for that. And then I also got Tim coming up on Physical Media Collectors Hall of Fame as well. And I'm excited because I hang out with Tim a lot on Instagram and YouTube, so I'm going to grill him.
I'm in trouble. Help.
All right, Dell.
All right, so yeah, Movie Swap has been my latest big adventure. Mika did a great live stream with me last night, so go check out the replay if you didn't get to watch that. On Tuesday coming up, Mizzy will be my guest, and then the following Tuesday, the 7th, I'll have Bob on, and I'm working on a couple of big superhero themed videos in to mix in there.
All right, Fish. What do we got going on?
Oh, not much. Just doing my usual hunts and hauls. I've had the fortunate opportunity to be a guest on quite a few live streams lately. So thank you very much for having me again, Mike. So I don't know if Bob will let me talk about it, but there's one coming up later in March that we've got, or that he's got planned, that I'm really excited.
I forgot. Go ahead, talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so on the 14th of March, I'll be joining him and a few other Kelly Preston lovers, and we're going to be doing our top 5 Kelly Preston films. So I will be joining Bob on the 14th, so come and join us then. So
It's my fault he couldn't announce it yet. I have to get him that thumbnail. So once I get him the
Tim's the one
thumbnail.
who does all my thumbnails. He's creative. I'm not. I
All
can't.
right.
Creative.
Ryan.
Oh man, I don't really have a whole lot going on. So I went to Nashville last weekend, so that cut up all my filming time, and I was sick the week before. So Wednesday I had a video come out. I went to Nashville. Next week I got an unboxing. I got to film some more stuff for my What the Boutique, since it's doing super well on YouTube. All 27 people are watching it. And that's pretty much it right now. I don't have a whole lot. I'm still working on something. I kind of previewed it on a live stream I did earlier or late last month. I want to get a game show going on Fridays. I got to do some more final work on that and do some polling and get some contestants and all that good stuff. So maybe soon there might be a Friday night movie fight, possibly. We shall see.
All right. Well, thank you again, my panel members, for joining me on the stream tonight. It was a wild one. You guys took this into so many different directions. We had a wild party tonight, but it was a ton of fun. You guys had amazing recommendations for people to go out there and watch. I know I have a ton of movies on my watch list now, so thank you all again for that. And everybody's channel links are in the description below, so definitely, audience, go out there, give them a follow, and check out their amazing content. Most important thing, play those videos, have a fun time with it, all that great stuff. Now, for my channel, I am trying to put together a Creed 3 pre-game and post-game stream, so I still need to find people for that. So hopefully, if anybody knows somebody that's going out to see Creed this weekend, or the weekend it comes out, I think 2 weekends, let me know. We'll get a pre-game, post-game going for that. I have a video dropping every day on some physical media topic, whether it's a ranking or it's physical media news. This weekend, I will be seeing Cocaine Bear, so I'll definitely do an out of the theater reaction. And then for members only, I will do a in-depth review of that movie. So if you're interested in membership,
like your OnlyFans.
no, not for OnlyFans. Well, not how you're saying OnlyFans, but they are fans, I guess, of the Mega Mike channel.
Just make sure to do a line of cocaine before you go see Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine!
Yes, but that will definitely be available. So if you're interested in those memberships, just go ahead and check those out on the channel. And I did get my merch in now for myself, so I can show it off. So I got my Mega Mike merch. You can also check the store link for that on the channel too. But thank you all so much. Thank you, audience, for participating and all the great comments and questions and great recommendations as well. So everybody have a great night out there, and go watch some coming of age movies, whatever that means to you. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.